Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Verendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Verendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Broadcast of tonight's football game here on PSP Network is being brought to you by Verendry Electric Cooperative, your local electric cooperative providing energy-saving Marathon water heaters and other electric heating products. Call Verendry and learn more about the boilers, baseboard heaters, shop heaters, and other heating products that they have. Verendry Electric Cooperative. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Herb Parker Stadium on the campus of Minot State University as we bring you a Class A 11-man high school football tonight here on PSP Network. The Bishop Ryan Our Redeemers Lions, who play on this field their home games, will take on the Des Lacs Burlington Lakers tonight here on PSP Network, and a good Region 3 contest. I'm Jonas Nelson. Corey McIver joins me tonight, and first time we get to work together this season, so welcome.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be here. I'm excited to work. It's been a while since I've worked a single A game, so I've had a couple Minot North games, but yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what these two teams have to offer tonight.
Yeah, two teams that come in with a lot on the line here when it comes to region standings, with the Lakers coming in. They're 4-1 overall. Last week, of course, suffering their first loss of the season at the hands of the number 2 ranked Velva Drake Animus Garrison Aggies in a game that we brought you here on PSP Network as well. So 2-1 is their region record coming in, are the Lakers tonight. The home team, the Bishop Ryan Lions, coming in right now with a mark of 2 wins and 2 losses on the season. And currently they are 1-2 in region play. So with 4 teams, the top 4 teams making the playoffs here at the end of the season, this is probably going to go a long way in determining maybe one of these teams making that top 4.
Yeah, this is going to be a game where we talked about before we went on the air. If Ryan can find a way to knock off DLB to date, have a tie. Similar record in the standings, come down to a tiebreaker. They have the tiebreaker if they get in. So kind of a crucial game here for Ryan. And on the flip side, DLB just trying to pick up the pieces from the loss from last week and going up against an opponent that they know well, that they've played for many years in this region, and so there's not a whole lot of surprises between either ball club against one another. So it's going to be a good matchup here for both teams needing a win in the region.
Exactly. The Des Lacs Burlington Lakers, of course, last year they were 4-5 was their overall record. They wound up making the playoffs, slipped in as the number 4 seed out of Region 3, lost in the first round to Killdeer 49-22. Bishop Ryan wound up making the playoffs as well. They were actually a number 2 seed right behind the Aggies last year and made it into the playoffs. Won their first round game against Dickinson Trinity, and then lost a heartbreaker at Central Cass in the second round by a point, 29-28 to the Squirrels last year. But when you talk about here in 2025, teams, of course, are different. And for Bishop Ryan Our Redeemers, they're a lot different because they graduated a lot of skill players.
Yeah, they had the luxury last year of having some really good players in some key positions, and due to graduation and players leaving the program, they've got some big holes to fill, and we look at their roster here, and they've got a lot of youth on the offensive line. And in some skill positions on offense, and so it's just how quickly can they start to kind of gel within the system, and with having 3 or 4 games now under their belts, it should be kind of a second nature now for these guys. But still, you're looking at 3 sophomores on the starting offensive line. That's some growing pains every once in a while because they're not used to this live going here on Friday nights, going up against guys that maybe are a year or 2 older than them. So how well can that front offensive unit for Bishop Ryan go up against maybe some more experienced defenders here for DLB? That's going to be an interesting matchup to watch throughout the night.
Lions started off with just one non-conference game on the schedule, and that wound up taking them all the way to West Fargo. They played the West Fargo Horace Junior Varsity team the first week of the season, wound up winning that game 41-18. Then they were off on the second week, the 29th of August, and had a bye, and then started region play with a loss to Botno 35-6, and then they had a heartbreaking loss here to Ray Powers Lake, who kind of came back at the last moment there, and it was a 30-28 loss in overtime for the Lions on that one. Came back and bounced back last week with a 31-0 win over Stanley. So that's how they come to 2-2 overall, 1-2 in the region. For the Lakers, they started off with 4 straight wins. At Turtle Mountain, it was a 42-8 victory. They played against Rugby and beat them 8-6, a game we did on PSP. Tioga, it was a 40-0 win, and then over South Prairie Max, 33-6 before their loss last week to the Aggies, 34-6. So 4-1 overall, 2-1 in region play for Des Lacs Burlington coming into the season here. We'll take a timeout here as we say a big thank you to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They are our pregame sponsor, locally owned, and for 25 years, the Lundeen family has operated Valvoline Instant Oil Change, taking care of people across the region. You can simply stay in your car, drive through, get your oil changed in about 15 minutes, and then you are on your way for the rest of the day. You can find them both here in Minot as well as in Bismarck. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where local actually matters. Take a look at region standings, the state poll for Class A for this week, and a lot more as we continue with that Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame here on PSP.
Why have so many people made Dakota Square Arco their favorite convenience store? It could be the quality of the Arco fuel, the great selection of snacks, drinks, and convenience items, the amazing touchless car wash, including their monthly car wash club, the clean restrooms, or the free air. Most of all, it's the warm, friendly customer service. See for yourself at Dakota Square Arco, 1520 24th Avenue Southwest in Minot.
Jersey Mike's slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny?
Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Breathe in. I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There are some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts.
Jerome's.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium here in Minot. So we get you ready for the Lions and the Lakers tonight here on PSP Network in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. As we talked a little bit about both these teams and how they got to their records, we take a look at the standings of what things look like here in Region 3 for Class Single A football. And there at the top, right now in the region standings, you have Velva-Drake Anamoose Garrison, ranked number 2 in the state, along with the Ray Powers Lake team are 3-0, both here in region play. Those two teams playing tonight down in Velva. So that'll go a long way towards maybe who might get the number 1 seed.
Yep. Yeah, that should be a good matchup there in Velva. So that should be interesting to see. Obviously, the team that comes out on top there has got a pretty good chance of getting that stronghold on number 1. So it should be a good matchup there.
2-1 in the region right now. Botno and Des Lacs Burlington currently with those records. Then you have Bishop Ryan along with Stanley at 1-2. 0-3 for Tioga and South Prairie Max. Your Region 3 standings right now with, again, about halfway through the season and a lot of football to play. So that could change a lot here over the next few weeks. But every week in region play is, of course, always critical.
Yeah. The region games are usually the ones you kind of gear up for the most, the ones you plan for, game plan, because these are opponents that you're fighting for playoff spots against. The non-region games are always good ones to have, just to kind of work out the kinks a little bit, try some things that are you might want to try maybe later on in some region games. But yeah, these region matchups there's always that extra sense of importance to those games, because it's literally a winner lose type mentality that you don't come out on top. That could really drastically affect whether or not you are playing into November.
Yeah. We take a look at also the latest poll for Division A here. Look at that, brought to you by Sport Clips. And Langdon Area Munich, ranked number 1 in the state. They're 5-0 on the season. The Killdeer Cowboys, also 5-0, come in at number 2. Then it's Velvet Drake Animus Garrison, ranked at number 3 this week. Park River Areas 4, and Ellendale Edgeley Culm rounding out the top 5. You'll see there, Botno, another team here in Region 3, is receiving some votes along with Dickinson Trinity in that Division A poll. Those teams, of course, have already played Velva and Botno. That game occurred earlier, and Botno, another one of those teams there in the region with the whole realignment that happened. They had been in Region 2, kind of in the northeastern corner, then got put into Region 3 this year, and welcome to the region.
Yeah.
A tough one.
Yeah, but it seems, you look at their scores and how they've been playing, they're kind of holding their own against some of these traditional powerhouses here in Region 3, and that's, you look back at the Velva game. I was talking with, I have some family that are in-laws that live in Botno, and they had chances in that game and actually had the lead and kind of had some costly turnovers down the stretch that allowed Velva to kind of get back the lead there. So, but yeah, they're playing well. I know our boys down at South Prairie Max, they were up there last week and played and got kind of an introduction to how Botno works there. So they're a pretty good team, and I think they're going to be fighting for that one of those 4 spots here in this region for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the one thing you can say about Botno is that a lot of teams lost a lot of good skilled players from last year. Botno didn't so much. They had a lot of players that came back from last year from a very successful playoff team. So I think that has aided them very well moving into this region this year against this competition. Those polls, of course, voted on by the North Dakota Associated Press, Sportscasters, and Sports Writers Association. Thanks again goes out to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your locally owned oil change headquarters. It is so convenient. I use it for my vehicles. You just drive up. They get you in, and in about 15 minutes or less, you got your oil change. You got an 18-point inspection of your vehicle. If there's other work that needs to be done, other fluids that need to be changed, you can get those done, and that's done really quickly. And then, boom, you're on your way. So really convenient, great thing that the Lundeen family has provided here for the area for so many years. So stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're here in Minot and also in Bismarck. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where local actually matters. Closing in on kickoff in a few minutes. We'll have more of our pregame show on the way for you here on PSP Network.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium here in Minot. Glad to have you along here on this Friday night. Jonas Nelson, Corey McIver with you as we bring you Bishop Ryan Our Redeemer's Lions against the Deluxe Burlington Lakers tonight here on PSP Network. As you see the captains walk out to center field there, exchange handshakes, and we'll have our coin toss and find out who will be kicking off and who will be receiving the ball first here in the ball game. Beautiful evening for football. We've had, thankfully, a number of those this year throughout the year, but even as I was talking with the assistant coach whose office we're inhabiting here for the night, I was like, yeah, it's going to change. Yeah. One of these days, boom, it's just going to hit like that, and all of a sudden we're going to have winter. I just know it. But we'll take every one of these days I think we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we've been blessed and fortunate enough to have some pretty nice evenings to call some football. But yeah, like you said, it's North Dakota, and we could wake up tomorrow and it could be about a 20-degree difference. And I'm not gonna say the evil S word that we see in the wintertime, so I'm gonna leave that at bay. But there's obviously opportunities for that. But yeah, it could change in a blink of an eye. But we just we take advantage of these nice days, and got a little bit of a breeze today too that could affect what coaches want to do. Depending on which way they're going, might affect some of the play calls offensively. But yeah, I think we're in store for a great game, and it's going to be a good evening for it.
Lions, as you saw, won the coin toss. They deferred, so that means that Lakers will get the ball first and be on offense here to start the evening. This is a busy night of football here on PSP Network. Look at our Friday Night Lights football schedule brought to you by Bones Barbecue. And the single A game that we're doing here. Got a couple double A games. Watford City at Dickinson. Got Minot North, ranked number 1, taking on Bismarck St. Mary's. And then in triple A, we got Mandan and Century that's going. And then also Bismarck and Minot High. And 5 games again on a Friday night. And if you know anything about PSP Network, you know that the expansion has, last few years, exploded. And it's gone beyond just Minot, or even Minot and Bismarck Mandan. And now you have this small school section for Minot. And then this year we added Brock Widener down in Dickinson as well. So there's almost like 4 segments.
Yep.
The Minot big schools, Minot small schools, Bismarck Mandan, and then of course the Dickinson area. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I think we've heard nothing but positive things the last 3 weeks of broadcasting, 5 games, and so we're taking full advantage of having enough people within our company to broadcast games and more importantly get some of these kids out there for fans to see and some decent games to be played too.
Absolutely. Time for our national anthem as we honor America prior to our pregame here. As you hear in our little microphone outdoors, it is a little breezy out there as well. All right, look, starting lineups tonight as we get you ready for our opening kickoff. Again, the offense will start for the visitors, the Des Lacs Burlington Lakers, under Taylor Teskey in his 6th season, assisted by B.J. Karhoff, Jeff Myers, Aaron Casper, Jason Rist, and Isaiah Steindwan. The starters for them, their center is Jack Smith. He's a 175-pound sophomore. The two guards are Jonathan Smith, 235 pounds, and a senior, and Aaron Flayton, a 230-pound junior. Tackles include Cameron Grotti. He's 215 pounds and a senior. And then Lane Rupert, a 290-pound sophomore. In the backfield, it's Tyler Schaefer, the starting running back, 155-pound junior. Wide receivers include Jaden Davis. He's a senior at 170 pounds. Easton Anderson, 165-pound senior, along with Zane Bjerkley, 165-pound junior. And Brady Bachmeyer gets the start in place of Will Marquardt tonight. Marquardt's out injured, so Bachmeyer gets to start, 155 pounds and a sophomore. Starting quarterback for the Des Lacs Burlington Lakers is Kyler Fisher, 6'1", 165, and a senior. And on the season, Kyler has completed 61% of his passes with 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Defensively for the Bishop Ryan Lions under Ben Belinsky in his first year as head coach, Pat Hardy assisted, also Matt Ruby, Tyler Barnes, DJ Schneibel, Nate Young, and Jason Spain are his assistants. And the defensive starters, they run a 3-4. So on the line, you have Justice Lundeen, a 210-pound sophomore. Julian Wald is 155 pounds and a senior. And then you got Cohen Schneider, 240 and a sophomore. 4 linebackers for the Lions include Titan Lundeen, 190 pounds and a junior. Zach Spain is 165 pounds and a sophomore. Also Dalton Swensrud. He's 180 pounds and a sophomore, and Nolan Braun, 150 and a junior. The defensive backfield for Bishop Ryan Our Redeemers, Jack Pesa is a cornerback. He's a senior, 150 pounds. Trayson Christensen, the other cornerback, 135 pounds and a sophomore. And then the two safeties, the Say Boys, Peyton, the junior at strong safety, and the senior, Hayden Say, 160 pounds at free safety for the Bishop Ryan Lions. As I mentioned, Bishop Ryan co-oping again with Our Redeemers, crosstown rivals in pretty much every other sport except when it comes to football. The last few years they co-opt here in football, and that the case again this year with these two schools. So, starting the lineups being introduced here, looks like we should have a good night of football. As you mentioned, that breeze. The field runs east and west here at Herb Parker Stadium, and so the east would be off, or the east side is off on your left, the west on the right, and the wind would be blowing out of the west. So across the field from right to left across your screen is how the wind will blow. It'll be interesting to see in the breezy conditions if, like you said, if they'll change game plan any and try and run more into the wind or throw with it, or if that would have any effect or not.
Yeah, I was watching the Ryan or the Lions quarterbacks kind of warming up, and it didn't look like either quarterback really had any trouble throwing into the wind. But again, you want to be a little careful when you do throw it in there. You don't want to have it too high arcing of a pass. You don't want that wind to catch it too much. But yeah, the kicking game is always gonna be a concern going
right
into the wind. Obviously, when you have the wind to your back, you're going to be probably prone to want to put that thing in the air a little bit more. But again, if a team can establish the run a little bit and kind of have that be the main focal point, then you don't really have to concern yourself too much about putting the ball up in the air.
Winds currently listed officially at 19 miles an hour, gusting to 31. So for North Dakota standards, it's not too bad, actually. That'll wrap up our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your locally owned oil change headquarters. Stay in your car, drive through, get your oil changed in about 15 minutes. Quick, easy, and convenient here in Bismarck and also in Minot. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is where local actually matters. Big thank you goes out to them. Also want to say thank you to Minot State University for helping to bring you the broadcast. Minot State grads get jobs, period. Minot State University, be seen, be heard, be you. Out on the field, you'll see the Lakers lined up, ready to receive. Paul Bowen, the tee, kicking duties for the Lions, Jason Spain, 160-pound senior, does kicking, punting, and also field goal and extra point kicking, does Spain. He'll mark things off as ball is spotted at the 40-yard line, and we'll get things underway here on this Friday night. Glad to have you along here on PSP Network. Here's the approach by Spain, and boom, we're underway. Carries down to the 5-yard line, going to be taken there. Zane Bierkley racing to the far side, tried to get away from a tackle, but flag comes in right away. That's coming in and making the tackle there was Zach Spain, number 34, got a hand on him, and we're going to have a penalty against Des Lacs Burlington right away in the ball game here.
Yeah, that was a good kick coverage there by the Lions kickoff team, and great job of just getting the arm out there and reaching out and grabbing the ankle and tripping him up, and then unfortunately for DLB having that penalty, pushing them back here a little bit farther and have a little bit more field to work with here going into the wind.
So they'll start from the 8-yard line. A 1st and 10 for the Lakers. Again, Kyler Fisher, the senior quarterback. He'll send a single receiver either way, going under center. Waiting for the snaps from Smith. Turns around, will pitch it. Running to the near side, trying to find a little room to run, but not much there for Tyler Schaefer, the junior running back, before he is swarmed by a host of Lions and taken down, including Titan Lundeen, the linebacker, number 24.
Great job there by the good pursuit by the Lions defense there, and just setting that edge and forcing the running back to kind of plant and turn back in and right back into the teeth of the defense. So good job pursuit there on the first down play.
2 yards gained. It's a 2nd and 8 for the Lakers. Deep in their own territory. Again, a single receiver either way. Fisher back to pass, now rolling out, fires to the near side, and that is tipped and incomplete. Intended receiver was Jaden Davis there, and jumping in the passing lane was the linebacker Zach Spain, the sophomore, to get a fingertip on it.
Yeah, great job by Spain to kind of sit down, get in his zone and just sit and turn back and take a look at the quarterback. And a risky move there by Fisher to try to thread that needle. There were 3 defenders around there, and Spain had another little step there. That could easily been a pick 6.
So it's a 3rd down and 8 for Des Lacs Burlington. Again, under center goes Fisher. Quick handoff, and not fooled are the Lions. As immediately tackled there. That was Brady Bachmeyer on the carry. He'll be wrapped up and only gained a yard to the 11. That'll bring up 4th down.
That was a good opening series there by the Lions defense, and kind of got the Lakers pinned back. And when you're a little more, you can be a little more aggressive when the offense is pinned back in the shadow of their end zone. So good opening defensive drive here for the Lions.
No gain on the play. So Jaden Davis, their punter, in his own end zone, takes the snap. Looked like he might have thought of throwing it, then punts it away, and that'll be fair caught inside the 35-yard line by Hayden Say.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting look there. It looked like he was going to take that down to run it, and he just maybe had a split-second thought there of going, and then realized that he probably wasn't going to be able to pick it up, and still was able to kind of get that punt off. So that was kind of a risky maneuver there, but good field position for the Lions here for their opening drive.
From the Laker 34-yard line, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Jake Altringer is the sophomore quarterback, takes the snap. He'll throw to the near side and missed his intended receiver. That was Owen Vibetto. Starting lineup for the Lions, Jake Altringer again, a sophomore at quarterback. Zach Spain, a sophomore at running back. Owen Vibetto is a junior tight end. The receivers, Dalton Swensrud, a sophomore. Gus Engelhardt, a senior. And Hayden Say, a senior. Up front, the line left to right. Tackle is Cohen Schneider. Dylan Walther is the guard. Julian Wald, the center. Max Vibetto at right guard. And Justice Lundeen at right tackle. Altringer scrambling, looking for room to run, and nothing. Lakers shut it down. Right back to the line of scrimmage, but no further.
Yeah, great job. Both defenses in this opening opening drives of when their defense has been on the field. They both defenses have done a pretty good job of pursuing and getting guys to the football and not allowing a lot of cutback and open lanes there for these running backs and quarterbacks for the Lions and the Lakers. So good job by both defenses. Brings up a long third down here.
3rd and 10 for the Lions. If the Lakers can hold here and force a punt, that is a win for them. But the Lions starting here in Laker territory. The pass across the middle, incomplete, as that one was thrown behind Dalton Swensrud on a little crossing route.
Yeah, those are risky passes there. That when you're late across the middle, especially in the middle of the field, and you've got linebackers and safeties there sitting to wait. So you have to be careful with those kind of passes. But great job by the Lakers there to force a 3 and out and get the ball back. Albeit they're probably going to be some risky field position here.
Spain mishandles the snap. It does get it away, but it is a short punt that angles to the far side and looks like it'll roll just inside the 15-yard line before it's down by Say. So each team has had a possession. Each team has punted. And the Lakers will take over here. Big thank you goes out to UPS Store for helping to bring you our sponsorship tonight. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs in the Marketplace Foods Plaza on South Broadway and Minot. The UPS Store. So back to work goes Kyler Fisher. Under center, he'll turn around, hand off. Gives off, and a nice little hole through the left side for Tyler Schaefer. He'll bust through. Picks up a yardage up across the 20 to the 23.
Yeah, that was a good first down play there for the Lakers. Able to get a big yardage play there, make a more manageable second down, and now you can be a little more creative. You can probably be a little creative here in the playbook with 2nd and short.
2nd and 1. Handoff. Near side. Again, it's a give to Schaefer. He'll get to the 25, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Tough 2 yards through the right side of the line for Schaefer. And our first down is a rushing first down for DLB.
Yeah, that was, like you said, that was a hard 2 yards there he picked up. He kind of bounced off about 2 or 3 different defenders there and was able to keep the legs moving after the first contact. A lot of guys, once they get that first contact, they stop their feet and go down right away. But a good hard run there by the running back.
Fisher will pitch it back this time to Schaefer. Sweeps to the far side, has some room to run. Nice hard run across the 30-yard line. As the running game is starting to get a little momentum here in the second possession for DLB.
Yeah, I think the DLB, and they might have seen some things there in that first series, maybe a little adjustments there on offensive line play as far as how we're going to block things, or just they're getting a little better job of getting the leverage that they need to kind of seal off there on those sweeps and get them extended. And once you get across the line of scrimmage, you make one guy miss, you're going to be off in the races.
2nd and 3 from the 32. Handoff again. Schaefer gets out of a tackle, spins out of another one, and forward to the 35 before he's eventually brought down by Zach Spain.
Yep. Another good hard run. It looked like the Lions defenders that they had him stopped in the backfield. They just kind of bounced off the tackle and was able to kind of again keep the legs churning and was able to fall forward enough to get another first down. So a much better second drive here for the Lions. Or I'm sorry, for the Lakers here, the second time they've had the ball compared to the first time they had it.
Schaefer, the junior running back, 580 yards rushing on 98 carries coming into tonight's ball game. He'll get it again. Nothing doing this time, though. The Lions saw that one coming and wrapped it up as busting into the backfield and making the tackle there. Dalton Swensrud, the linebacker, number 80.
Yeah, that was a good job there. Good surge there by the Lions. That D tackle on that one side and those linebackers. Once they recognize that run, and sometimes when those longer run plays where you got those pulling those pulling linemen, sometimes it's all timing, and the longer it takes you to develop, the easier it is for the defense to come in.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 Lakers. They'll pitch and try the near side. Lowers the shoulder, does Schaefer, and boom, runs into a Lion. First one there, I believe, was Nolan Braun, number 11. Took him on head on and stopped him after a short gain up to the 36, and a gain of 3 brings up a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, I think that you look at the success that the Lakers have had in this drive running the football. It's been the pitches outside. Get out in the perimeter, get our runners out in space and try to make a couple guys miss. They're having some trouble early on, in between the A gaps and in the middle there. And so they're trying to stretch the field here a little bit, but they've got themselves in a long 3rd down here and see if Lions can get them off the field.
Fisher in shotgun takes the snap, but a flag comes in, and
we're gonna have a false start. It almost looked like Schaefer was going in motion. It almost looked like he kind of turned up a little bit right before the ball was snapped, and they got him on that. So backed him up even farther here. So now, 3rd and extremely long for the Lakers. Lions, they just got to make sure they find where that 1st down marker is and keep everything in front of them and rally to the ball and force a punt situation and get the ball back.
It's a 3rd and 14 for the Lakers as they come to the line of scrimmage. 3 down linemen to rush. Fisher under center will give the handoff. Schaefer finds a little room around the left end. Got back to penalty yardage, and that was about it before he's finally wrapped up. Rallying to the ball, Titan Lundeen, one of the first ones there, number 24, the linebacker for Bishop Ryan.
Sometimes when you're 3rd and extremely long like that and everybody just assumes you're just going to drop back and pass it, sometimes you can catch the defense off guard with a little run play, and I think that's probably what the Lakers were anticipating. But great job by the Lions to rally to the ball and bring them down, and now they're going to get the ball back in fairly decent field position.
Jaden Davis to punt on a 4th and 8. Boots that one away. It's going to be a short kick, but it'll take a Laker roll all the way down near the 30-yard line before it's finally down there by Tyler Schaefer. So a couple first downs, but the drive then stalls. And 2 possessions, 2 punts for Galax Burlington. Lions will get it back for the 2nd time here tonight. Big thank you to Planet Pizza for their sponsorship. They've been serving the area for over 25 years. A huge laser tag playground, a gigantic, delicious lunch buffet, and they deliver. Great time to get some would be right now. 701-852-1700, Planet Pizza. From their own 31, Lions will take it. Handoff. Finding room to run through the left side, lowering the shoulders across the 40-yard line, and a nice run out of the backfield for the sophomore, Zach Spain.
Yeah, that was a nice hard run there by Spain, and already you notice the first plays of the second drives from both offenses, they were able to gain more yards in that first play compared to the first years they had the ball. So a good first start here to the second possession for the Lions.
10 yards and a first down. Altringer hands off to Spain. He got tripped up. Turf Monster got him that time, as he will fall and lose yardage back to the 39.
I'm sure that's probably a run Spain's is going to want to have back. Just kind of got going a little bit. He saw an opening there. He was going to try to explode and get to there, and just kind of got going and tripped up a little bit. But don't be surprised if they try to come back, try to get those speedsters out in space there and make one guy miss.
So it's a 2nd and 12. They fake the handoff, throw it, and it's caught at midfield. And that'll be a catch by Dalton Swensrud, the wide receiver, near a first down. Check the Ryan Family Dealership instant replay, and
yeah, that was a good. You see a lot of these offenses now love that little RPO, that read pass option. Whether that was a designed call as far as we're going to play action and throw that, or maybe that's something that the quarterback and receiver kind of saw in previous plays there. But a good pitch and catch there for the Lions.
3rd and 1. And they're going to throw. Altringer going for it all down the field and just tipped away at the last second there. Boy, had Gus Engelhardt gotten that one, it would have been 6 for the Lions.
Yeah, that was a good throw. That Altringer kind of stayed in the pocket there, took a shot, and great job by Berkeley to just kind of get his hand up there. But yeah, Engelhardt had that thing in his hands, and you know he wants that. He would love to have that opportunity back to catch that ball. But I'm more impressed with the fact that Altringer kind of stood back in the pocket knowing the rush was coming and just threw it at the right time and got hit. And now looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and short.
4th and 1. The give to Spain, and no deal, says the Lakers. Zach Spain swarmed under and tackled for a loss on a 4th down. And so that means ball will go over on down to Delax Burlington. Check that Ryan Family Dealership instant replay, and
it looks like they just the offensive line just kind of miss some blocking responsibility. I think it's one of those things you probably could chalk up the fact that you've got some youth up there up front, and maybe DLB kind of showed something a little different than they are accustomed to seeing, and they were able to capitalize on it. So good field position here for DLB here on this 3rd drive.
They'll start from the line 46. Fisher will keep it himself. He'll go left side and find some room to run near the 40-yard line before he is tackled.
Yeah, good read there with that jet sweep. They always like to run, teams always like to run that jet sweep play where they'll hand it off, and then they'll actually like to look too to see if you have some linebackers that are flowing a little bit to that way and come back with a little QB counter on the other side, and that's exactly what DLB did there to pick up a nice little gain there on 1st down.
So gain of 5 leaves a 2nd and 5 for the Lakers. This time Fisher under center, that offset eye. They fake the handoff. Fisher will roll to the near side, still looking, now looks to tuck it and run. And just inside the numbers, dives ahead inside the 40-yard line. As coming on fast and making the tackle there was number 65. Max Fibetto with that tackle.
That was good play action there by Fisher. Really froze those linebackers just for a split second. Was able to kind of boot out there, but then everybody else, everybody in the Lions defense kind of dropped back and got in their responsibility and really didn't have anybody open, so he ended up tucking and running and got a couple yards here.
3rd and 3. Schaefer with the give through the left side. Fisher thinks it's enough for first. We'll see where the spot is.
It's
going to be short. Yeah, just short actually. 4th and inches, we'll say, because it is really close.
Well, DLB ended up having a nice 4th down stand on their defense, and see if the Lions can do the same thing.
They'll do the quarterback keeper straight ahead, and Kyler Fisher will get enough for the 1st down as they'll move the chains.
It's one of the drawbacks you have going with a 3-4 defense is there's so many gaps that those quarterbacks can take advantage of on short yardage like that. So it would have been nice to see on that, just maybe have the linebackers, a couple linebackers kind of creep up a little bit and help kind of fill maybe some of those gaps that those 3-down linemen are exposed to.
That was the good old-fashioned quarterback sneak.
Yep.
Not the brotherly shove. Or the tush push, or whatever they call it nowadays. Oh, bad snap on the ground, and Fisher will be tackled for a loss and sacked.
Yeah, that almost looked like that may have clipped the center a little bit when he was snapping that thing back, but a good heads-up job there by Fisher to get on that and avoid really some devastation there. Lions being able to maybe recover that, but great job there.
Peyton Say came in and got that one, as that was the last play of the quarter. We're through one, and our scoreboards, nothing on the board. 0-0 still as we head to period number 2.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling. It's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Lost the 6 on the sack of Fisher, and here's the first play of the second quarter. The pitch to Schaefer, sweeping right, and tackled before he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Did a great job by those linebackers. I'm really impressed with. Early on, they're flying and they're flowing to the football nice, and they're able to come up as soon as Schaefer makes it, plants his foot in the ground and gets downhill. They're right there to meet him. So a great job by those linebackers to flow to it and not allow Schaefer to kind of get downhill and get going.
3rd down and 11, Lakers into Lion territory here. Schaefer will come in motion. Fisher gets the snap, pass up the middle, caught inside the 10-yard line. A reach-out catch for Zane Bjerkley.
Yeah, that was a good play call there, and a nice job. And Berkeley was able to just keep running down the seam, and everything kind of opened up for him. A nice throw there by Fisher, kind of up and kind of a little high, but Berkeley was able to kind of get up there and catch it, and then hang on to it as he was getting hit.
Down to the 8, 27 on the play. Then Schaefer gets the handoff right up the middle, and inside the 5 he will go.
That was good hard run there by Schaefer. He's one that to me it looks like it doesn't matter if he's running outside or he's running right up the middle. He's gonna give you as many yards as he can, and the nice thing is he gets yards after the contact as well. He's always falling forward.
So a 2nd and goal from the 3 for the Lakers, looking to be the first on the board tonight, and they will. A touchdown. Tyler Schaefer will punch it in.
A good drive there by DLB, and able to kind of have a short field and able to kind of go down. A nice big play on that pass play from Fisher to Berkeley, and then Schaefer just kind of finishes off with 2 hard runs.
6-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. PAT to come. Lakers will line up and go for 2. Fisher under center. He'll take the snap, pitch back. Oh, they'll run the reverse. And then Jaden Davis to throw. Wide open in the end zone. Was it caught? Yes. And the catch by Easton Anderson. So a little trickeration by the Lakers on the PAT, and we got a new score on the board with 10:24 to go in the half on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 8-0 Lakers.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium. Lakers on the board, 8-0. They'll kick off. Here's the boom. Cameron Grotti kicks it deep inside the 15, taken there. Gus Engelhardt on the return, angling to the far side. Across the 30 now, 35, and eventually shoved out of bounds just before he gets to the 40-yard line.
A good return there by Engelhardt. He was able to make one guy miss there and was able to pick up a few more yards. So a good return gives the Lions good field position here to start this drive.
Touchdown drive for Des Lacs Burlington, 5 plays, 46 yards. The touchdown, again, a 3-yard run into the end zone by Tyler Schaefer. And then on the reverse and the halfback pass by Jaden Davis, Easton Anderson for the 2. So here come the Lions, seeing if they can respond. Nice run, cutting to the near side and upfield for Spain. He'll get to the 44-yard line.
A good run there in Spain. It's to me, seems like one of those backs, much like Schaefer. You try to get him the ball wherever and he's going to give you as many yards as he can, and he's going to do a good job taking care of the football. So good first play there for the Lions.
6 yards and a 2nd and 4 upcoming for the Lions. They'll sweep it again. Spain near side across midfield. First down and more. Tripped up. Tyler Fisher on the ground kind of reached out and got him. He'll get a first down, though, into Laker territory at the 41-yard line after a pickup on that run of 15.
Yeah, it seems the last couple weeks of games I've done, we've the teams have had those quicker backs that they kind of like to get out in space, and they like to run those sweep plays, and Spain is kind of one of those backs too. He kind of likes to get out there and get some things done.
Spain with a little cutback into the middle of the field. Picks up positive yardage, but a short game as the Lakers converge on him quickly. To the 38 and a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 upcoming. Thanks goes out to BSN for helping to bring you our broadcast tonight. BSN is your local high school and collegiate program for personalized solutions like custom equipment, uniforms, coaches, apparel, fan wear, and a whole lot more. Contact your BSN sales pro all across western North Dakota. Spain again. Ran through a couple tackles and then drug a couple guys near the 30-yard line of Spain. Yeah, right on the 30, they're going to say. So gain of 8 and a first down again.
Yeah, both of these running backs are doing a really good job of keeping their legs going and bouncing off that first tackle, or not going down with that first tackle. They're going to, if you want to bring these guys down early, you're going to have to rally to the ball, and both offenses are going to recognize that. They're going to be doing a little play action or misdirection kind of off that, feeding off that aggressiveness of the defenses.
Pitch goes to Spain. He'll sweep left and hit and tackled for a loss that time. Has no room to run around the left end.
Yeah, that was a much better job by the Lakers defense to kind of rally to the ball there and not let Spain kind of start getting downhill and making a couple guys miss. They forced him to go more lateral, sideline to sideline, and not able to kind of get east and west like he wanted to.
Jonathan Smith, one of the first ones there defensively. Loss of 2 back to the 32-yard line. So 2nd and long. Shotgun snap to Altringer. Scrambling out near side, eyes downfield, and a flag on the play as the pass right inside the hash mark was intended there for Jack Pesa.
It looks like they're going to have an illegal man downfield, and one of those offensive linemen kind of got out a little too far away from the line of scrimmage, so they're going to be backing the lines up.
$7:12 to go here, first half. 8-0 on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Lakers on the board, and the penalty will push Bishop Ryan back to their 37 of the Lakers. So the 5-yard penalty. First accepted on the Lions here tonight. Couple of receivers split out to the near side. One to the high side. Altringer fakes the handoff. And that one is tipped and picked off. Racing to the near side, that's Easton Anderson with a pick six. Easton Anderson.
Yeah, that was a great job by Anderson. He just he was playing his defensive end spot, and he had the pass rush, and then when he realized it was just going to be a short kind of hitter, and Altringer kind of had to go away from it, he just kind of timed it. He just kind of timed it perfect, and as soon as Altringer threw the ball, he just kind of leapt up and picked it off and kind of used his big frame to kind of get his hands up there, and then he was off to the races. So a slight miscue there on the Lions, and the Lakers were able to capitalize from it.
Looks like he picked it off about the 37-yard line and returned it. So a 63-yard pick six for Easton Anderson. And the Lakers with the PAT. Shotgun for Fisher. Looks to pass. Scrambling right. Tosses into the end zone, and that one will be caught by Zane Bjerkli. So, Lakers on the board again. 7 minutes to go in the half. Our BNC Bank scoreboard now 16-0. Lakers with the lead.
You're in the Minot area and looking for a rental? Start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium here in Minot. Cameron Grotti will put the ball on the tee at the 40 after the pick six by Easton Anderson. Talked in the pregame about all the young talent for the Lions this year, and that's part of the growing pains you go through.
Yeah, when you've got a lot of youth there on different key positions on the field, that you're going to have those every once in a while. So yeah, these are all learning experiences for the Lions here. So now they'll be able to make some adjustments here and hopefully kind of improve here as the quarter and the half goes on.
Hayden Say returns the ball back across the 25-yard line. So the Lions will have it 1st and 10 from their own 27. Trailing 16-0 on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Thanks to Farstead Oil for their sponsorship. Call them today and find out how they can help to supply you with all of your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricant, and DEF needs. Farstead Oil. A little pitch ahead to Say. Sweeping to the near side and across the 30, and then a wall of white is what he runs into. Pushing him back. Forward progress, though, up to the 32.
Yeah, good initial surge there for the lines of blocking, and Say able to kind of get the foot planted and get downhill. But again, the Lions did a great job, or Lakers did a great job of rallying to the ball and meeting him there and stopping him after that first hit, and then just kind of gang tackle after that.
So after a 5-yard gain, a 2nd and 5 upcoming. Spain with the handoff. He has room to run around the left end, across the 40, out to the midfield strike before he's finally tackled, and a big first down run for Zach Spain, the sophomore running back for the Lions.
Yeah, I think the Lions are just going to, it looks like they're going a little no huddle here, but yeah, they're just going to use that kind of that quickness around the corners and as much as they can to kind of stretch the field.
Gain of 18, first down, quick snap again. They'll try Spain right up the middle, and nothing doing there as he'll run into a pile of Lakers, driving him back. including number 22. That is Mason Rist, the outside linebacker. We have a moment to rewind a play and take a look at that. Big run for Spain there. Dragging tacklers and finally brought down all the way up in midfield. Ryan Family Dealership serving Western North Dakota. 5 locations in Minot and Williston, and online. Shop their inventory at driveryan.com. Pitch back to Spain. Zach will get the edge and dives forward. He got taken out at the knees by Jaden Davis.
I think it was Nolan Braun. I think Spain, they brought Spain out give him a little bit of a break, but looks like Braun's kind of a similar running style as Spain anyway. So you got those quick guys that kind of out in space and really trying to wear down that side of that Lakers defense on that side, and eventually they're going to be able to seal that thing up enough, and they're probably going to be able to take one to the house there if they choose to.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun for Altringer. They'll try the near side, and again that's Braun. The flags on the play as he'll get inside the 40. Was wrapped up there and tackled by Lane Rupert. Had the stop. We'll see what the call is. Go against Bishop Ryan, and they'll march him back with 4:34 to go here in the half. The BNC Bank scoreboard, 16-0 Lakers.
Yeah, I think those 3 flags came. All 3 of those refs threw it at the same time, so they also looked like one of those offensive linemen kind of got beat across his face and just kind of pulled that defender down from the Lakers, and kind of one of those easy calls that the referees can probably make in a game.
So the 10-yard penalty will push him back to the 49 and brings up a 3rd and 12. Altringer back to pass. Pocket collapsing. He'll just toss that one into the turf. Incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to set up a screen there to Spain, and they let the defensive line from DLB through like you want to, but then the linebackers kind of were able to kind of read that a little bit and recognize it, kind of get in the way. So Altringer did the right thing and just kind of put that in the dirt, and now they're just going to punt this off and see if they can't pin the Lakers back here a little bit.
So Jason Spain, the senior, boots it away just inside his own 40. Deep it goes, and we'll take a bounce, and down at about the 30-yard line. That's where the Lakers will take over with a little over 4 minutes to go in the half here, leading by 2 touchdowns. Thanks goes to the Aggie Foundation. They're one of our sponsors for our PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Nominees are posted Mondays, and then you get to vote with the winner announced on Thursdays. That's brought to you in part by the Aggie Foundation. You can learn about their charitable work at aggiefoundation.com. So from their 30, right to left they're moving. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Tight end in motion as Fisher will go right. Throws up the sidelines, and that is going to be caught. A first down and a little more.
We got a flag on the. Looks like we got a flag on the field there.
So the 5-yard penalty will push him back to the 25, and we'll try first down again.
It was a good first down play, and a nice little wheel route there by Berkeley to kind of get up the sideline. But it looked like, I think the infraction was they had an illegal man downfield. So backed him up here. We're going to try it again here on first down.
Fisher under center, hands off. Try the left side of the line, and Tyler Schaefer didn't find a whole lot there. Get to the 27, we'll say. Picked up a couple on the play. Unofficially already 13 carries of the ball for Schaefer on the night. 46 yards gained, including a 3-yard touchdown run. Still brings up a 2nd and 13 for the Lakers. Clock continuing to wind down towards halftime. The pitch back will go to him. He'll sweep right side. And again, good job by the Lion defenders there of bottling him up.
Yeah, good job by both defenses. Both teams have kind of gotten some big chunk plays off that sweep and that toss, kind of getting out. But for the most part, both defenses and the Lions are showing it now too on this drive. They're doing a great job of rallying to the ball and getting their guys. They kind of have the defense kind of matched with that speed, so they're able to get there, so the Schaefer doesn't have a chance to kind of really get going.
At the 29, a 3rd and 11 for the Lakers. Shotgun this time. Fisher going back, looking to throw, scrambling. Now he's going to tuck it and run, get what he can, and get shoved out of bounds as he'll tiptoe out. It looks like right at the 30, the original line of scrimmage. Forced out after just a yard gain.
Yeah, great job by the Lions defense there. Kind of dropped back into their zones and not allowed Fisher to kind of really get anything, and he just had to kind of tuck the ball in and go and really kind of do a good job of forcing him out of bounds early, and now giving up a punt situation here where they're going to get some pretty good field position.
4th and 10. Lions look like they're coming after this one. Davis boots it high. Down inside the 45 taken there. Say bounces outside, gets out of a couple tackles, across the midfield, and scampering out of bounds into Laker territory. Lions will take over with 2:19 remaining in the half, trailing by 2 scores on our BMC Bank scoreboard.
That was a good punt by DLB there, and a nice high lofty, allowed the punt, allowed your gunners to kind of get down there, but Say did a great job of just kind of making guys miss, and then was able to kind of get to the corner and up the sideline to have a good return. And they're across the 50 here in Laker territory, and see if they can't punch one in here before halftime.
Shotgun for Altringer. He'll give it to Spain. Zips outside and around the left end. Short gain on the play, wrapped up there by a host of Laker defenders. He'll get spotted at the 41 and pick up a couple on the play. Again, the handoff to Spain through a hole on the right side, near a first down run that time for Zach.
Yeah, it looks like he did pick up enough for the first down, so good job there. Clock stops, so allow the chains to set. And nice thing is the Lions still have all 3 timeouts left with a minute and a half here before halftime, so they're going to be able to have some opportunities here to put this thing in and make possibly have a one score game going into halftime.
Yeah, a little confusion looked like on the Laker defense, scrambling players. Timeout of the field. We'll take a quick break. With a minute 24 to go in the half, it's the Lakers by 2 scores.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
First and 10, Altringer with the fake, and he will be sacked.
Oh, he got rid of it.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Okay.
It looks like it was complete up the sideline. Oh, but looks like Lions are going to get flagged for an illegal man
Illegal
downfield.
man downfield, yeah.
one of those costly mistakes that you can't really afford when you're already across the 50 and driving and having some success, and then you get backed up again and don't have a whole lot of time left on the clock here before halftime, and still would like to have a chance to put one in the end zone here before half.
So back to the 38. We're on the left side, trying to find the edge with Spain. Got a little bit back. And the clock stopped with a timeout called here with 1:09 remaining here in the first half. It'll bring up a second down and 12 after the timeout here for them. Got yardage to 35. 3-yard pickup there. Coming up, our planning team, or our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show is coming your way, as we'll take a recap of the first, take a look at some of the team and individual statistics as well. It's coming up at halftime, our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show.
Well, with about a minute left, and you got 2 timeouts. Your playbook is still wide open if you're the Lions. So no sense to kind of panic quite yet. You still have opportunities here to get some yards here, and got some timeouts to stop the clock if you need it.
Oltranger misfires as he tried to throw it out to the near side to Spain, hit him in the flat and give him a little room to run, but incompletion will bring up a third down. Clock does stop with 1:05 remaining. This part of the field is a couple plays here for you.
Yeah,
you got likely going on fourth down as well.
You've got some opportunities here if you get a good enough chunk of yards here on third down and make it a manageable fourth down. Definitely two down territory. It kind of all depends on how many yards Lions can get here on third down.
Oltranger and shotgun, and as they line up, looks like they're going to talk about it. It'll be a timeout taken by Ben Belinsky and the Lions. We'll take a quick break, and then we're back with that play here on PSP Network.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Coverage of tonight's football game here on PSP Network is brought to you in part by Verendrye Electric Cooperative. They are your local cooperative with all kinds of Marathon water heaters and other electric heating products for you. Contact Verendrye Electric today for more information. All right, third down at 12 for Lions. Oltranger complete. Right at the numbers at the 30-yard line. Gus Engelhart with the catch.
Looks like they're going to try to save that last time off for when they need here, but the clock is running. Some time that they probably would like is kind of slipping away here, but definitely going for here a fourth down.
6-yard gain. So a 4th and 6 now upcoming. Stoppage play and a timeout taken, this time by Delax Burlington with the timeout. Gives us time to say thanks to Minot State University for helping to bring you our broadcast tonight. Best way to predict your future, to create it. And with over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you will earn the degree for the career you desire. And more than 96% of recent grads here at MSU continue their education or get jobs. So, after all, Minot State grads get jobs, period. Minot State University, be seen, be heard, be you. Of course, we're on the campus of Minot State, Herb Parker Stadium, where the Lions play their home football games. Beautiful field and facility that they have here. Had a big fourth down play just before halftime. The Lions trailing by 2 scores. Looking to finish this off with some points before half. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Jake Altringer. Back to pass, now steps up, fires upfield toward the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Lions! Altringer with a strike right up the middle. Hayden Say, I believe, with the reception there.
Yeah, that was a great job by Altringer. The even better job out by the offensive line to kind of give him a nice clean pocket. He was able to step up into the pocket there, and Hayden Say was able to kind of run that post play, and once he planted to kind of break into the middle of the field, there's really nobody as far as defenders go for the Lakers in the middle of the field. So Altringer had a nice little easy pitch and catch there, but a much needed touchdown here for the Lions, and they're just a 2-point conversion away from him making this a 1-score game.
4 receivers set here on this 2-point conversion play. Peyton Say in motion, Altringer with the pass to Peyton, who cuts into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So the Lions do get on the board as we head to break. Look at our Ryan Family Dealership instant replay. Right up the middle. Nice reception. 16-8 our score on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Verendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Verendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium. After the Lions score the kickoff to the Lakers, who will have 27 seconds remaining. Touchdown coming for the Lions. 6-play drive. 43 yards, and again the 29-yard touchdown pass from Altringer to Hayden Say. Lakers will take a knee here and let the clock run out, it looks like, here as they head to halftime.
I think they were just, it looked like they were just going to take a knee. There's enough time on the clock there, just kind of let it run down and get into halftime here and talk about it, make some adjustments there. But a good drive there by the Lions to kind of get that touchdown here right before halftime. Big boost them going into halftime into the second half.
So our halftime score on our BNC Bank scoreboard, it's the Lakers 16, the Lions 8. Our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime's coming up next.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Verendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Verendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town: apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium here in Minot. We're at halftime, where it is the Lakers with a 16-8 lead over the Lions on our BNC Bank scoreboard. And welcome into the Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show. Moonlight Home Improvement is your home renovation specialist. Maybe you've been putting off a basement remodel, a kitchen remodel, a bathroom remodel, any interior renovation. Corey, as I read this, I'm feeling very guilty. That's me. That's me, man.
That sounds well at our house, too.
Now's the time to book your free estimate with Moonlight Home Improvement and mention PSP Network. Get 10% off your project invoice. Contact Drew, 701-721-4612, 701-721-4612, or you can visit moonlighthomeimprovement.nd.com. Here's how we got to our 16-8 score here in this first half. Nobody scored in the first quarter. It was early on in the second, though, that the Lakers got on the board with 10:24 remaining. In period number 2, the Lakers finish off a drive, 5 plays, 46 yards, and finishing off the drive, a 3-yard touchdown run for Tyler Schaefer. Schaefer punches it in. The conversion is good on a little trick play. They do a reverse to Jaden Davis. He throws it to Easton Anderson in the end zone, and it was 8-0. Meanwhile, we go to 7 minutes remaining, in the half before Deluxe Burlington is back on the board again. And this time it's a defensive touchdown, a 67-yard interception return for a score by Easton Anderson. The pass play goes to Zane Bjerkley into the end zone, and it was 16-0 at that point. Lions driving down the field, though, as the seconds waning away in the first half. And it winds up being a short drive of just 3 plays, covering 38 yards. But the big play is the touchdown, a 29-yard strike from Jake Altringer to Hayden Say. The pass play goes from Altringer to Peyton Say. And that happens with just 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. And just like that, it is a 1-score game as it's 16-8 in favor of the visitors from Deluxe Burlington. Some of the team stats and individual stats unofficially that I have down here for the Lakers. They ran the ball Rarely did they pass the ball. I have them for 20 carries of the football, 53 yards and a touchdown. Just 1 of 2 passing the ball for Kyler Fisher for 27 yards. So a total of 80 yards of offense for them here in the first half. Meanwhile, for the Bishop Ryan Lions, I have 13 carries of the football for 76 yards. While through the air, Jake Altringer, 4 of 10, passing the ball for 51 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception for a total of 127 yards of offense for the Lions. Individually, it's Tyler Schaefer, the starting running back, leading the way, carrying the ball with 14 carries, 48 yards, and a 3-yard rushing touchdown in that. Kyler Fisher, the quarterback, with 5 carries for a net gain of 5 yards. Brady Bachmeyer had a carry for a net gain of none, 0 yards. Lions, led by Zach Spain, their sophomore running back, with 11 carries for 67 yards. Altringer a carry for no gain, and Nolan Braun had a carry for a 9-yard gain. The passes, the 1 complete pass by Kyler Fisher, a 27-yard strike to Zane Bjerkley. For Jake Altringer, his 4 complete passes, 2 of those to Hayden Say, including the 29-yard touchdown. Gus Engelhardt had a 6-yard catch. Dalton Swensrud had an 11-yard catch. Each team with 3 accepted penalties. 15 yards penalized on the Lakers, 20 on the Lions, and again, they have the only turnover on the interception for Bishop Ryan. So all in all, just what we thought. So coming in, 2 teams match up pretty well on paper, and pretty close ball game.
Yeah, we talked about in the pregame that this was going to be a matchup of 2 teams that are very familiar with one another, the style of play and everything. So we didn't, nothing that happened in that first half really kind of caught us off guard as kind of surprise. And you look at the play offensively. Both teams have had the benefit of some big plays, some big chunk plays that they've been able to capitalize and put points on the board for. And you take away the 1 miscue for the Lions as far as the interception that Easton Anderson had there. He ran back for a touchdown. You take that off the board, and we got a tie ball game.
That's right.
So if you're the Lions at halftime, there's maybe some adjustments you can make, maybe defensively, to kind of shore up some things. I think we're going to see a heavy dose of the Spain brothers kind of running off the edge as far as that sweep. They see some things there they like a little bit. They like to spread them out wide and see if they can get a little one-on-one as far as being able to get out there in some passes and having Altringer give him some time and see if you can pick apart the Lakers defense a little bit. And on the flip side with DLB, they like you said, they run the ball and they run the ball and they run the ball some more. And every once, if they need to, they'll put the ball in the air. But if they're having success moving the ball with running it, then they're going to continue to do that. And I think we're with the lead in the second half, and as long as they can maintain the lead in the second half, we're going to see a heavy dose of the run game for DLB here in the second half.
Yeah, Kyler Fisher for DLB, the quarterback there, 41 of 67 for 580 yards passing coming into tonight's game. 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So he's capable of putting the ball in the air, but they just haven't done that.
Yeah.
Haven't really had to do that. They've had success in the run game. So.
Yeah, when you don't have to have your quarterback drop back and throw it 20, 25 times a game, and you can just turn around and you've got a runner like Schaefer that can run downhill. He can get out there in the toss and in the sweep plays and get himself some capabilities of doing that. You're gonna force the Lions defense to kind of come up a little bit and move those linebackers up a little bit and to try to take away that run, and then maybe you can go a little play action there and try to get behind those linebackers if you can. So DLB is going to force the hand of the Lions here a little bit here in the second half. Maybe come out of that 3-4, maybe bring another defensive lineman or a defensive end down to kind of help out with the run game a little bit and maybe kind of tweak it a little bit that way. But both defenses, they give up some big plays, but they rally to the ball well, and they can get some stops if they need it. And it's just going to be a matter of here in the second half which defense is going to be able to get the offenses off the field quicker and get the ball back into their hands of their own offense and see what kind of drives they can put together.
A one-score game we have here at halftime on our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show, and time to check out who was our winner this week of the PSP Network Performance Play of the Week.
It's time for this week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in. And this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to... Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. And watch for next week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, powered by the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in. If we can make an impact in that community, we will.
Why have so many people made Dakota Square Arco their favorite convenience store? It could be the quality of the Arco fuel, the great selection of snacks, drinks, and convenience items, the amazing touchless car wash, including their monthly car wash club, the clean restrooms, or the free air. Most of all, it's the warm, friendly customer service. See for yourself at Dakota Square Arco, 1520 24th Avenue Southwest in Minot.
Jersey Mike's slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese, it has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice, oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice, oh yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
We're back to Herb Parker Stadium. Halftime, 16-8. Lakers with the lead. Our Moonlight Home Improvement halftime show. Again, a reminder that you should call Drew and have him come over and check out any of your interior remodeling that needs to be done or renovations, whether it's a kitchen, a bathroom, a basement, or some other interior renovation. 701-721-4612, the number to call, or you can check out their website and find more information there. It's moonlighthomeimprovement.nd.com. You saw in that break there our PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, something new we started this year here on the network. As we come through the week, every Monday we post nominees from the games that we do the previous week of the Player Performance of the Week. We post that on social media. You guys get to vote on that, and then we put up the winners on Thursdays on our social media. And as you saw last week, Cooper Kittleson of the Velva Drake Animus Garrison Aggies was the winner of that one. So make sure you like us and follow us on all our social media, and you can be a part of that each and every week and help to vote on that. Brought to you again in part by the Aggie Foundation, which you can find online at aggiefoundation.com and learn about their charitable work. And also brought to you in part by our friends right here at Minot State University. Big thank you to them. So here's the Lions that'll get the ball to start the period after scoring a touchdown, ending the second, and this one will go out of bounds. Gus Engelhart ran over there and saw it was going out, so he said, okay, that's fine. I'll let it go out. So
yeah, we'll let that go
We'll take
out.
the ball up the field a ways.
Yep, we'll let that go out of bounds. We'll take it up close to midfield and get ourselves a nice opportunity here to put a nice little drive together. And that, you know, we talked about before we came back on the air to start the second half. That touchdown they scored right before halftime is big, but now getting the ball to start the second half after scoring that touchdown is even bigger, because now if we can get a good drive here and punch one in early and a 2-point conversion, you got yourself a tie ball game.
Yeah, your coaches always talk about that, 3 to 4 minutes at the end of the first half and into the second half there. And here's the Lions with an opportunity. Altringer takes the snap, hands off, looking for room to run. Spain to the near side. Good run, but a flag on the play, and that may nullify that nice run by Zach Spain. It will. It's holding against the Lions.
Yeah, usually when the referee is the one throwing the flag, he's got the play right in front of him. He sees that hole from that offensive lineman, and that's one thing you have to be careful of when you run those stretch plays is you really have to do a good job of setting those blocks, but then also realizing when those guys start to break away, you're going to have to let them go, because more times than not, your running back is already past where you're setting that block anyway. So that defender possibly couldn't even have a hand in the play anyway. So one of those things you just have to continue to work on if you want to be good at running these stretch plays.
Sago's in motion. They give the handoff to him on a jet sweep. Can't get to the edge on the far side of the field, as he'll lose yardage on that play, run out of bounds.
That was a good job by the Laker defense. Just stretched that thing all the way to the sideline. Never really gave Say a chance to kind of turn up the field and try to get positive yards. They kind of forced him to kind of go laterally as much as he could, and just able to kind of stop him there at the sideline and kind of swallow it up. So 2 really big miscues there for the Lions to start this drive, and got themselves way back down the sticks here on second down.
2nd and 24 now from their own 21. Shotgun for Altringer. He'll look to pass. Heavy pressure coming in. He'll be hit as he throws, but it's caught. Upfield, Hayden Say with the catch up across the 30-yard line. Altringer, as you'll see on the Ryan Family Dealership instant replay here, if we got it, he took a bit of a lick as he let that one go, but somehow got it to Say, who got it up for a nice gain out to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good. Again, Altringer kind of staying in the pocket, scrambling there, knowing that he's going to take a hit, but was able to kind of deliver that pass to Say, and he was able to get a huge chunk of yards back, making a more manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 7. Altringer looks to pass again. Good protection. Downfield, he's going to go for it all. A diving attempt, incomplete. Just led him a little too much. That was Peyton Say, the intended receiver. The younger brother of Hayden.
Yeah, that was, that was a good opportunity there for the Lions, and a nice shot down the field. But, that's twice now that both Say brothers have been able to kind of get behind the defenders, and Hayden was able to kind of score a touchdown there. Peyton he did everything he could to try to come down with that catch. So a good drive, considering you were 2nd and 24, was able to kind of give yourself a chance for a 1st down.
Jason Spain with that 4th down punt. We'll go over to the Lakers' heads, and a nice roll all the way down near the 15-yard line. So good punt for him, who was a late addition to the play there. Ran on from the sidelines with only about 15 left on the play clock. So the first possession of the half, a punt for the Lions. Lakers will get it for the first time on offense, but they'll have a long field ahead, as ball will be marked at the 16. Thanks to the UPS store for helping to bring you tonight's game. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7. Saturday, 8:30 to 3. They are your packing and shipping headquarters in the Marketplace Foods Plaza on South Broadway. So Kyler Fisher sets up in pistol. 2 receivers left, 1 right. He'll roll to his right, looking to run. And will get tripped up falling forward near the 20-yard line on the quarterback keeper.
Well, great job there by the Lions defense, just as well as the Lakers did with Say on that sweep. They did kind of the same thing there with Fisher. That was a designed kind of a sweep for the quarterback, and the Lions were able to kind of keep themselves spread out enough where he couldn't really kind of get downhill again, and they were able to kind of rally to the ball. So only gave him a few yards there on first down.
4 to be exact, leaving a 2nd and 6 for the Lakers. Under center. Handoff and a big hit in the backfield. Barely back to the line of scrimmage. Was Schaefer out of the backfield. Good job there by Justice Lundeen coming in to make the hit. No gain on the play for Schaefer. And so 3rd and 6.
A good stand there by Lundeen. Was able to kind of shed that block and kind of get his arms wrapped around Schaefer. Didn't really give him a chance. And as much as Schaefer was kind of eluding that first tackle in the first half, Lundeen did a great job of wrapping up and hanging on and bringing him down himself there to force a long 3rd down.
Shotgun for Fisher. 3 receivers right. They'll run a screen. Now a halfback pass. Jaden Davis downfield. Got behind the defense. Incomplete though. A diving attempt. Easton Anderson, the intended receiver, got behind the defense, but Jaden Davis on the halfback pass could not connect.
Yeah, it was good. A good play call. It looked like they had the lineman kind of get out there and kind of be the blocker, and the receivers Anderson was able to kind of sneak in behind, and he was expecting the pass to be on the sideline, and the ball was more in the middle, and kind of had to turn around. And by the time he turned around, the ball was past him a little bit. So, great job by the Lions. They're going to get the ball back here. Good field position.
Davis is now 0 for 2 on the season on the halfback pass. Good punt, and it'll be fielded by Say just across midfield, and the Lions will have a short field as they will take over possession here, trailing by a score on our BNC Bank scoreboard, 16-8. 8:41 remaining here in period number 3 as we thank Planet Pizza for their sponsorship and encourage you to stop in and have their lunch buffet. It's delicious. It's a huge buffet, actually. So much stuff there. They also deliver 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, the best pizza on the planet. Over 25 years serving the Magic City. Two receivers left. Altringer will go under center. And mishandled ball as it is loose on the turf. Who comes up with it? Jaden Davis fell on top of it. As that ball just, I don't know if it slipped out of the hand of Altringer when he went to hand it off, but it just popped out and squirted out.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a very clean exchange there between Altringer and Spain, and just kind of bounced off Spain's hands, and Davis was able to kind of pounce on that. It looked like he tried to kind of get up, maybe kind of run a little bit, but at least he was able to kind of hang on to it. Lakers got a ball, good field position.
Schaefer cuts back to the near side, finds a little room to run there as he'll get across the 45-yard line. So the Lakers with capitalizing on 2 turnovers by the Lions here. Schaefer inside the 45 down to the 44. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and a long 6 upcoming for the Lakers, leading by a touchdown. Under 8 minutes to go here in period number 3 on our BNC Bank scoreboard. The 3 down lineman for the Lions. Fisher through the line on a quarterback keeper and a nice run up the middle as he'll fall forward all the way down to the 30-yard line, picking up 14.
Yeah, it was a good run there by Fisher, and he was kind of, he was probably one more slip away from taking that to the end zone, but a good job there by the line defender, kind of reach out and kind of grab the ankle there, kind of trip him up. But you're starting to see a little bit of this momentum here for the Lakers. They're kind of starting to wear down the line defense here a little bit, and trying to see if they can't get another points after this miscommunication there between Altringer and Spain.
Fisher going to keep it himself, sweeping to the far side, and a nice open field tackle. As coming up was Peyton Say to make the tackle there on the sweep. Checking the Ryan Family Dealership instant replay here, and clearly Fisher was going to keep it, but couldn't get past Peyton Say, and a tackle for loss back at the 31-yard line. Will lose a yard on the play.
It looked like Fisher kind of went off to the sideline after that tackle, took his helmet off. So we've got a new quarterback in, at least for this play.
Single receiver either way. Handoff out of the backfield. And a short gain just inside the 30, near the 26, perhaps the way it looks.
It must not have been too bad, because Fisher's kind of back in the huddle now here for the next play here. So must have just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit after that tackle. So he's able to get back in the game, back in the huddle here, and a big third down here for the Lakers.
3rd and 5. Under 6 to play here, third period. A 1-score game. Lakers up and driving again. The pitch to Schaefer. He'll find room to run around the right end. Inside the 15 is Tyler Schaefer. And a first down as the Lakers move into the Serve Pro red zone.
Yeah, look, it seems like when the Lakers have needed a third down conversion, they need a first down to keep a drive going. They've dialed up Schaefer's number every time, and he's been able to kind of get those first downs for him. So a great drive here for the Lakers after that fumble recovery, and you almost have to think here if the Lions got to keep them out of the end zone if they want a chance to kind of keep this thing competitive.
The shotgun snap, trying to get the edge on the near side, and nothing doing there for Kyler Fisher as he is brought down and is down looking, I think, for assistance from a teammate to stretch out his leg. Maybe has a cramp there, and maybe that was a bit of the issue the first time.
Yeah, he kind of cramping. Yeah, he kind of grabbed his calf muscle there. So yeah, I wonder if, like you said, I wonder if that first time he went out, he kind of had a little twinge there a little bit. But here it looks like he's kind of cramped up here a little bit. So, or at least hope that's just the case. It's just a cramp. But
right,
the way he's kind of grabbing his calf, I kind of expect that to kind of be the case.
Ball will be spotted at the 12-yard line. So it'll wind up being just a 1-yard gain on the play. 5 minutes remaining here in the half. Thanks to BSN for helping to bring you tonight's game. They create exclusive personalized solutions for North Dakota high school and collegiate programs. If you're looking for uniforms, coaches apparel, fanwear, branding, and a lot more, contact your local BSN sales pro. And we also encourage you to contact Farstead Oil. Find out how their skilled sales team can help you achieve your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricant, and DEF needs. Farstead Oil, another fine sponsor, we think, here on PSP Network.
Fisher was able to if he was able to get up and walk off to the sideline on his own. So yeah, it looked like it must have just been a cramp. He's getting some fluids in him here, and so he looked like he'll probably be ready to come back in after this play.
So 2nd down and long. Handing off. Zane Bierkley with the quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. Angles toward the pylon, reaches, and I think will be shy just by a yard as he got shoved out of bounds. He'll gain 11, needed 12.
That was a good little boot there by Berkeley. It looked like he wanted to throw that thing, but realized that he was able to kind of tuck it up and kind of did the right thing. When he got to the sideline, he stretched, but he stretched in a way that if the ball was going to get knocked out of his hand, it was going to get knocked out of bounds. So 1st and goal here for the Lakers. So the Lions got to stiffen up the defense here a little bit.
Berkeley will go under center. Hands off through the left side. Tyler Schaefer, touchdown, Lakers.
That was a
1-yard dive.
Good drive there for the Lakers there after that fumble recovery, getting the ball at midfield and just being able to kind of work their way down the field and having Fisher out here for a couple plays. Still looks like they're kind of working on that cramp leg, the calf muscle of his there. So nice job, Schaefer, being able to punch this thing in and go back up 2 scores here on the Lions.
Schaefer's second rushing touchdown of the ball game. Gives them a 22-8 lead on our BNC Bank scoreboard. The PAT to come. Shotgun for Bjerkley. Fakes like he's going to throw. Tries to sweep to the near side. Dives toward the pylon. And no, he's short of the goal line. Lions held him out. So the PAT fails, but the touchdown on the board. It's 22-8 on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
Today, we deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous addition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Ball on the tee as the Lakers will kick off following their touchdown. Cameron Grotti with the kick, and it'll be a squib kick that'll be covered up there on the covered up by Jason Spain, number 1.
Yep.
Who does the kicking duties for the Lions, but he did the recovery duties that time. So the touchdown drive for DLB is 8 plays, 48 yards. And a 1-yard touchdown run for Tyler Schaefer, his second of the ball game. The PAT fails on the run. Lions have given up 2 touchdowns now after turnovers here. See what they can do on this possession here. They'll sweep to the near side. Zach Spain, hard run. Gets across midfield. Nice pickup on the carry for him.
Yeah, anytime you can get 5-6 yards on first down and give yourself second and short, third and short, it's going to be a good thing. But yeah, Spain's just a good hard runner, and he and Schaefer are mirror images of each other. They're going to get you as many yards as they can, and they're going to make. The other thing is too, they're going to take care of the football as well.
2nd and 3. Altringer fakes like he's going to pass, then scampers right up the middle, and will get that first down inside the 45-yard line.
Yeah, nice time to dial up that quarterback draw, because again, you've got Hayden Say kind of running free there up the sideline, and that's going to draw attention to those defenders, and those linebackers are going to drop back even more in coverage, and that just kind of opens up the middle there. So all Altringer had to do was just kind of make it look like he's going to pass. D-line's going to have a good pass rush. He's going to be able to sneak out and pick up that first down.
3 receivers left. They'll toss it left. That'll be caught by Peyton Say. He'll squirt between a couple defenders and forward to the 40-yard line before he's brought down there.
Yeah, I like how Peyton Say, after catching that, kind of came back against the grain, because he had the defense kind of just flowing to the ball there, and he was able to kind of cut back against that, and he was able to kind of pick up a block there, and again pick up a nice 4 or 5 yards on first down, make a nice 2nd and medium here.
So 2nd and 5 coming up for the Lions. Down under 3 minutes remaining here in period number 3. It's 22-8 on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Two receivers either side for Jake Altringer. He'll turn and hand off. Zach Spain through a hole on the right side, but a flag on the play as well may nullify that run. And it will. Holding on the Lions is the indication.
Yeah, it looked like the referee here on the sideline looked like he just indicated that the offensive player for the Lions must have been the receiver or something, just kind of came up and gave the defensive back a nice little bear hug there, kind of kept him from getting off the block there. So again, another one of those easy calls for the officials, but just a backbreaker for the Lions. You had a nice little momentum going there, and then you got a holding penalty that drops you back behind the sticks, and now you're back at midfield, and you got a ways to go here to pick up this first down.
Yeah, from a 2nd and 5 to a 2nd and 15 now. Trips receivers left, single right. Altringer in shotgun. Looking to pass, rolling right, letting it fly, and that one, is that picked off? Did he receive that? No, they're going to say Kyler Fisher didn't fully control the ball before it touched ground. Or was that Jaden Davis?
I think they're saying that ball did hit the ground, probably on the, it looked like he dove for it, and it kind of popped it up, and as he spun around, and it must have kind of hit the ground there, but he made a heck of an effort to try to come up with that. So a good job there by the defender to kind of make that attempt, but saved another interception there for Altringer. So a big 3rd down here for the Lions. You got to think though, if they get a big chunk of this back, you might as well take a shot and go for it on 4th down if it's a manageable distance.
3rd and 15 from midfield. Altringer will take the snap, but a flag before the play. Delay of game.
Yep, thrown by the back judge, so it's
play clock ran out.
Delay of game. So again, that's going to hurt the Lions again too. It looked like these miscues that they've had, the interception back for a touchdown, the fumble on the previous drive that they were able to go and convert the touchdown in, and now just penalties at the most inopportune time for the Lions has really kind of halted their drives offensively.
3rd and 20. Altringer hit as he throws up the middle, and he had Gus Engelhart wide open, but didn't have quite enough time to throw. Another flag on the play.
Going to be holding against the Lions.
Around midfield. Holding offense.
Yeah, DLB is going to decline the penalty, bring up 4th down.
So 4th and 20, and Jason Spain will come on to boot this one away. Good snap, lets it go. A short punt though, it'll be taken about the 35-yard line. Jaden Davis with a short return for the Lakers. We'll have it back with under 2 minutes to go here in this 3rd period. And ahead by 2 scores.
Now if your Lions defense this is a drive they've got to force DLB into a 3-and-outer. They've got to be able to get the ball back here. Don't let DLB go down the field here and put some more points on the board. You got to be able to get a stand here if you're the Lions defense.
Kyler Fisher back in under center. He'll hand off, sweep to the right side. And the running back, Schaefer, will pick up yardage to the 39, looks like. And a gain of 4.
You're gonna see a heavy dose of Schaefer here probably in the last minute and a half of this third period, as well as the 4th quarter with the 2-score lead there. DLB is going to be more than happy to just kind of run the ball, get 3 or 4 yards, and go back and burn as much clock as they can.
And officially, according to my stats, that was his 20th carry of the night right there. Back to pass. Kyler Fisher, heavy pressure, hit as he throws, and he'll toss that one away. Stops the clock at 1:05 remaining here in this 3rd period. And we'll bring up a 3rd down now.
Well, they were Looked like the officials were discussing here a little bit.
Okay, there is a flag.
Flag.
They're going to say intentional grounding again.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering when he did throw that kind of right out of bounds there. He kind of still looked like he was in the pocket a little bit. So a good job there by the referee and the official on that sideline to kind of come together and have a discussion and something. DLB hasn't had a lot of miscues offensively. But that's a big one there, because that's not only you penalty but also loss of down, and that kind of backs you up, and now you have an opportunity now for the Lions really to have a chance to kind of get this ball back. So I see DLB maybe kind of going back to the run game here and just kind of chew up the clock and get some yards back.
So there'll be 3rd down and long. A little room to run around that right side, is up near the 1st down marker on the carry there. Bachmeyer, I believe, on the carry there. Brady Bachmeyer.
Yeah, that was a good
21.
That was a good 3rd down run there. We're going to have 4th and short, and now if you're DLB, you have the luxury here to keep your offense on the field. You're almost at midfield, and you're probably gonna have some time here. You're still gonna have to run a play here before the 3rd quarter's over, but get up there, maybe do a little hard count, see if you can't pick up a 1st down the easy way.
4th and a yard. And flag, false start is the indication. That's exactly what you didn't want if you were a Laker.
No, that's your 4th and short, and you're trying to get the Lions to jump there, and you got a little too excited there and kind of faked yourself out. So here, it looks like you're gonna, if you're DLB here, maybe kind of let this go into the 4th quarter and go to the sideline and talk about it, see if you still want to risk it and go for a 4th down, or if you want to just go ahead and punt this ball away and play some defense in the 4th quarter.
Moves it back. It'll be a 4th and 6, but the clock will run out here, and end of the 3rd quarter. After 3 here at Herb Parker Stadium, it's the Lakers 22, the Lions 8 here on PSP Network.
Remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Team switch ends, so Lakers going left to right. We'll have a 4th and 6. Look like they're going to punt it away. Jaden Davis, who does punting duty, stands inside the 30. Up by 2 scores they are as we start the final period. High snap. Boots it away, and it'll be fielded about the 32 by Say. Across the 40, 45. Flag on the play as he'll struggle forward to about midfield. And this one most likely is going to be coming back as well against the Lions. Broadcast of tonight's game here on PSP Network is also brought to you by ServPro. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology. They're your source for fire and water restoration and cleanup. Call ServPro next time you are in need of their services. First International Bank and Trust, also a full-service, family-owned independent community bank built on the bond between employees and customers. Online, find them at FIBT.com. So they will spot the ball after the Lions penalty here. From the spot of the infraction, they'll march back 10 yards, and that will be deep. Down at the 18, it looks like.
Yeah, that was a rather costly penalty because they went from having the ball to almost midfield to having it just not even about like you said, at about the 18-yard line. So if they want to get themselves back in this game, they're going to have to put a nice drive together, get in the end zone, and do it in about as little time as possible, so they can save themselves some chances here to, if they can get a second touchdown and give themselves another time to see if they can get another one to tie the game up. But first things first, they got to get a good positive yards on this first down play.
Need that offensive line, that young offensive line, to hold up and give Altringer a little time to pass. Hasn't had a lot of that tonight. Does pass this time, and it'll be incomplete outside the 20-yard line.
Well, I think they're saying he did come down with it.
Did he?
Yep.
Okay. All right, caught to the 23, they say, so.
Oh, we had a little stop and play. We had a DLB defender, D lineman, looks like kind of had to get some help off the field, so.
So 5 yards picked up, 2nd and 5, Lions. Now everybody's in place? No.
He's kind of looking at
the scoreboard. So
well, the scoreboard still has it 1st and 10. So I think they're waiting for him to change it to 2nd and. So I think they're trying to get that relayed back up to whoever's running the scoreboard.
Farsted Oil helping to bring you our broadcast tonight. We say a big thank you to them. Proudly serving North Dakota, Montana, and western Minnesota since 1938. For all your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricant, and DEF needs, contact Farsted Oil. 2nd down and 5. Altringer with the snap. Scrambling out of the pocket. Now tucks it, finds a little room to run as he'll squirt up the middle of the field and across the 30-yard line for a 1st down. And they'll move the chains on the quarterback scramble by Jake Altringer.
Yeah, nice job by the sophomore quarterback, kind of rolling out and realizing that he could get the 1st down with his legs instead of the arm, and able to kind of tuck it in and kind of split some of the couple of defenders, get past the 30-yard line. So good drive here for good start to the drive here for the Lions. So see if they can kind of keep this game going here for them.
8 yards picked up on that play. And they will move the chains, get them set on the far sideline. And once again, we are waiting for.
Well, the scoreboard has it 4th and 10, so they're kind of waiting for the. Oh, there they switched it over to 1st and 10, so we should be all right.
Thanks also goes out tonight to our friends at the UPS store for their sponsorship. Marketplace Foods Plaza on South Broadway is where you'll find the UPS store. Gus Engelhart with the quick catch on the near sideline, scampers ahead before he's down there by Tyler Schaefer and company.
Yeah, I like that. Quick. The quarterback Altringer. Obviously you're seeing. He's struggling. Not he himself isn't struggling to stay in the pocket, but the offensive line isn't just giving him the the protection he needs for a nice, five-step or seven-step drop back for these long extended passes. So why not help your young quarterback out and just nice little pitch and catch Engelhart and let him kind of create as much as he can.
2nd and 3, back to pass again. Nice protection. That one up the middle was intended for Hayden Say, but reaching out a paw to slap that one down was middle linebacker Brad Howell.
Yeah, that was a great job by Howell. He just kind of sat back in that middle zone that he's responsible for, and Altringer was trying to squeeze that through, and he just kind of stuck his hand out a little bit and knocked that down. But again, we've got a manageable 3rd down here for the Lions. We haven't seen a sweep or a toss play here from get the ball to Spain here to try to pick up first down here. But don't be surprised if they go ahead and do that.
That's exactly what they do. The handoff and the sweep to the near side. Spain piled up as he crossed the 40-yard line. May have just enough for a first. We'll see where they mark it. And yes, they will say he does have just enough for a first down as he picks up 3.
Yep, you're going to see the Lions kind of go no huddle now. The ball's been, if they snap and hurry, they might get DLB with too many guys on the field.
And they do. Unable to get off on the far side. Was one of the linemen and racing off the field.
Yeah, number 67, Judah Allen he was doing the best he could to try to get off the field, and he was about a step or so away from it, but great recognition there by the Lions to recognize that, and I'm sure that their coaching staff was seeing that too and trying to yell at them to snap the ball sooner. But as soon as you have that advantage, you can get those guys trying to get off the field. It's a free play and free 5 yards.
So 1st and 5, Lions. Spain gets a handoff, sweeps outside, now cuts back inside. 40, 35, 30-yard line is Zach Spain on a big hit run to the near side. And a flag on the field again, just across the 50. So just when the Lions get a little momentum on a big play like that, it seems to come back with a penalty.
Just a huge backbreaker for the Lions. I mean, you're having success. You've got DLB on their heels as far as, they're trying to get guys in and off on and off the field, and you have a nice long run, big run by Spain. You haven't really seen him much, in this quarter, and then have a penalty like that bring you all the way back, and you go from 1st and 5 now to 1st and 7, and it's just kind of just frustrating. Just kind of wonder what if take away some of those miscues.
From the 43, they'll try it again to the near side. This time Lakers stop it up there. As coming in to make the tackle there for them is number 22, that's Mason Rist.
Yeah, DLB did a much better job of on that sweep play there of rallying to the ball.
Gain of 4 on the play. Now they'll throw it out to Say on the near side. He'll scamper across midfield. Peyton Say will get a first down as he cross midfield into Laker territory to the 47.
That's good. Good first down pickup. He went out of bounds, so the clock should remain stopped until the ball snapped. But yeah, they're using a lot of time, and they're still 2 scores down. They're still using a lot of time just to get it to be a 1-score game.
Shotgun this time for Altringer. Quick pass on the screen to Peyton Say in the flat. He'll find room to run up the sidelines, and a first down shoved out of bounds at about the 35. No flags?
Nope. I was just going to say that was a great job by Gus Engelhart there at the receiver blocking on that bubble screen. He stayed engaged with that defensive back and allowed Spain to kind of get around and pick up that first down. Don't be surprised that that's twice now the Lions have run kind of a similar play like that. Don't be surprised if you see him pump fake that bubble and just a little stutter go with that wide receiver.
This time a handoff up the middle. It's Spain again, rumbling, bumbling just outside the red zone will be Zach Spain on the run up the middle. And another first down for the Lions, who found a little momentum here all the way to the 22 and a gain of 13 for Spain. Hand off again to Spain. Tries coming near side, but gets tripped up crossing the 20-yard line as he will fall into the red zone. And on the tackle will be number 9 for the Lakers. That's Ashton Fisher. Into the third pro red zone after a 4-yard gain by Spain. And a 2nd and 6. Altringer takes the shotgun snap. Throw to the near side. Gus Engelhart with the catch. And as he turns to head upfield, wrapped up and tackled by Zane Bierkley immediately. No gain on the play. No. Right back to the 18 they'll spot it. So completed catch, but no gain.
Yeah, this Laker defense is doing a great job. They're really they're forcing the Lions offense to take a lot of time to get down the field and try to get this thing in the end zone.
Approaching 8 minutes to go in the game. Handoff this time. That's Braun with it. He'll race right up the middle inside the 10. Nolan Braun, the junior running back for the Lions with the carry down to the 7-yard line. First and goal. Altringer throws toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown, Lions. Peyton Say on the catch.
That was a good throw, Altringer. You know, that was from the middle of the field all the way to that front pylon. That was a heck of a throw, and great job by the receiver to kind of go and get that thing. So that was a much needed score here for the Lions.
Jason Spain with the extra point, which is up and good. As we head to break, take a look at that Ryan Family Dealership instant replay. Nice pass out to the pylon, and the catch there by Gus Engelhart with the reception there.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters, unlike those guys. We take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Welcome back to Herb Parker Stadium as the Lions have pulled within a score again here with 7:24 to go.
Yeah, it's crucial now, I think, for the Lions. The last thing they want DLB to do here is chew up a lot of this clock. And if you're DLB, I think we're going to be in store for a heavy dose of Schaefer probably in this series of downs here for the Lakers. But Lions, you know, they've got some chances here. Get themselves some position, force a 3-and-out here, and get the ball back.
Here's a run play, and the Lions sniff that one out and stop it. Short gain, if any.
Yeah, Lions have done a really good job. They've given up some big plays. Schaefer's been able to kind of get out in space. They've given up some big plays, but really it seems like they've had some real good success defensively when DLB tries to run the ball in the middle. You know, DLB, you know, if they want to get some success here and they want to close this game out, you know, get Schaefer out on the edge and get him out in space a little bit, because the Lions are really selling out right now in the middle of the field.
Two receivers left, one right for Fisher. Good block by Schaefer, pins him outside and tries to head up outside the hash marks, but brought down after a short gain there by a host of Lion defenders. Nolan Braun, number 11, one of the first ones there to hit the quarterback, stop his forward momentum at the 28 after a 3-yard gain.
You know, this is a big third down here for the Lions. You know, you force a fourth down, force a punt. You're going to get the ball back. You're going to give yourself a chance here, down 1 score. DLB, they can be a little riverboat gamblers and put this thing up in the air, try to pick up the first down.
Shotgun for Fisher. Kyler will let it fly, and that'll be caught up near the 40-yard line. First down for the Lakers.
That was a good pass concept. They Lions drop back in kind of a zone coverage, and with the trips on that one side with the Lakers, they were able to kind of have the guy just find that soft spot in the zone and just sat down in a big third down pickup here. Extends the drive for DLB. Now you're really Lions. You're getting close to midfield. We really got to do a good job here and try to lock it down.
17-yard completion, 1st and 10 Lakers. Back under center, Kyler Fisher. Turns and hands off. Schaefer through hole left side of the line, dives near midfield. Tyler marked at the 49 after a 4-yard pickup. Unofficially on carry number 22 of the night for him.
Well, there's still enough time there. That 22, he could probably get close to 30 by the time this game's over.
Exactly.
If DLB really wants to make sure they solidify this win, I think they just turn around and give this ball to Schaefer here for the duration of the time they have the ball.
2nd down and 6 for the Lakers, clinging to a 22-15 lead on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Again, Schaefer left side, short gain, bottled up there by the Lions.
We're not to that point yet, but we're about a minute or so away from coaching staff from the Lions to kind of decide when they're going to start using some of these timeouts to preserve some clock here to see if they, to give themselves a chance to have some time left if and when they do get the ball back.
Yeah, Lions still have all 3 available. A 2nd down and 3 upcoming for the Lakers. Fisher, the quick handoff, and a first down on a quick hitter to the left side with Brady Bachmeyer, the ball carrier.
Yeah, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen that play very often. They ran it a couple times in the first half, but a nice time to call it up here when they needed to pick up some yards here, bring up a 4th and short. It looks like, but yeah, some misdirection there. Just trying to see if they could catch the line sleeping a little bit. Almost did, but he did get tackled short of the 1st down. So this is a big play for both teams here.
4th and inches. Cornerback keeper Fisher trying to dive straight ahead, and was the ball popped loose? Lions think it was, and they recovered, and the official says yes, it was. So on the 4th down quarterback keeper play, Fisher tried to sneak it, and he was hit and fumbled. Recovered by the Lions, and a Laker down on the field. Looks to be injured, holding his leg, and trainers will come out and take a look. With just over 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
Yeah, that was a big 4th down play there for the Lions. It looked like they had the first down. There was a good surge there by the defensive line for the Lions to kind of get underneath the blocks and kind of force it back a little bit. And neither one of us really saw the ball pop out, but I think even if it wasn't a fumble, I don't think DLB was able to. I don't think DLB had the first down anyway. So that was a great job by the Lions. Something they needed and they got. They got the ball at midfield. They've got plenty of time to get this You got 3 minutes to get this ball in the end zone, and more importantly, they have all 3 of their timeouts still.
Aaron Flayton, number 55, the guard, hobbles off to his sidelines on the far side, and will get further evaluated there as Lions will take over now with 3:01 to play in the game. They'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line after the fumble recovery. First turnover of the night for the Lakers. Altringer will set up in shotgun. 4 receivers set 2 either way. They'll throw to the flat on their side. Peyton Say with the reception. Scampers outside and will get across midfield, and a nice gain on first down. A flag. They're picking up the flag, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed the Lions have a new offensive lineman in the game. I think, I know earlier it looked like Justice Lundeen was taking a look at the trainers, and it looks like he's down here on the sideline without his shoulder pads on. So we've got a new offensive lineman in. I think it's number 77, Jacob Silva, a 5'10", 270-pound sophomore.
Little screen pass to the right side goes to Peyton Say for another quick hitter and a near first down on that. We'll get to the 42 and is a yard shy on that play.
Good first and second down plays there for the Lions. Brings up rather short third down. Crucial third down. I think if you're the Lions, I think you're 4 down territory from here on out anyway, so it doesn't really matter what the distance is on third down. You know you're going to be going for it on fourth anyway.
Run play this time, right up the middle. Zach Spain falls forward for a first down. Inside the 40, near the 35. We'll mark him back down at the 38. Clock continuing to run, and that play, after a 4-yard gain by Spain, down to 1:40 to go. Lions down by a touchdown. 4 receivers set again. They'll try the screen play to Peyton Say. Near side, he'll get inside the defender and dives forward to the 30-yard line. Down to the 29, they'll mark him. And a gain of 9 on the pass play to Peyton Say.
Yeah, those plays are so feast and famine because there's no, you don't have a blocker in front of you, so it's just a matter of we're going to get you the ball. You just have to make that guy miss, and he was able to make him miss, and he was able to get some yards after the catch, and a quick timeout here. So again, we got 2 timeouts, 1:25 left, second and short. We're 4 down territory if you're the Lions from here on out. So they've got themselves in good position here to go in for a potential game time touchdown.
Verendrye Electric Cooperative, sponsor of tonight's game, your local electric cooperative providing energy-saving Marathon water heaters and other electric heating products. Contact Verendrye Electric Cooperative today before winter sets in. It might be a good idea to contact them. Thanks to BSN also for their sponsorship. They provide uniforms, coaches apparel, fanwear, branding, and a lot more. Contact your local BSN sales pro today. So 2nd and 1 from the Laker 29. Shotgun again for Altringer. Looking to pass toward the end zone, and that'll be caught by Gus Engelhardt. It'll be 1st and goal, Bishop Ryan. A little over the top pass. And they're going to go quick here as it's down to the 1-yard line after a 28-yard completion. And a timeout going to be spent here defensively by the Lakers, giving us time to check out the Ryan Family Dealership instant replay. Little hitch and go. And look at that grab there.
Yeah, that was
Gus Engelhardt. Defender was all over him, but it was just a jump ball. He went up and got there over Jaden Davis.
Yeah, that was a good time to dial up that that call. They've been throwing that bubble screen pass, and I just I mentioned of it earlier in the half or in the fourth quarter even. don't be surprised when they're going to throw that pump fake, and then that all Engelhardt did was he just kind of made it look like he was going to block like he always was, and then he just kind of broke off. And like you said, the defender was there. He made a good
great coverage.
Good coverage there. But Engelhardt just went up and got it, and now you're giving yourself an opportunity here, first and goal, and with about a minute left, and you get this thing in, you go get the extra point, get this thing tied up. You're going to give DLB some time, but hey, you got a tie ball game, and you're fighting back, and with all the youth and somewhat inexperience that Lions have, they've hung with DLB here.
All right, so here we go, under center, and a quarterback keeper, no room. Be a loss on the play. Back to the 2, so a loss of 1. Good job by the Laker defense of anticipating that one.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to get Spain or Peyton Say kind of coming across on that jet sweep, kind of stretch the field here a little bit, see if you can't get downhill. Shotgun for Altringer.
He'll get it to the screen. Peyton Say, will he get in? Touchdown, Lions! And Bishop Ryan a point away from tying this one up. They'll go for 2 in the win.
I didn't want to say it out loud too early, but I was just in the back of my head. I was wondering if if you're Bishop Ryan and you able to get the ball back and you were able to go down and score, are you gonna be satisfied with the extra point and just tie this thing up, or are you gonna want to go for the 2-point and go for the win?
Well, here they go.
Looks like they've called timeout to maybe think about it a little bit more, but I wouldn't be surprised if they come out of this timeout and still line up and go for 2 and go for the win. That'd be a huge win for them.
First International Bank and Trust timeout.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Seven plays, 52 yards on the touchdown drive, and here they come. They're going for 2 and the lead with 38 seconds remaining. Shotgun for Altringer, 4 receiver set. In motion comes Peyton Say. The pass is no good, incomplete. Good defensive stand there. Kyler Fisher, I believe the defender, caught the end of it. Yeah, kind of a low pass, and Fisher just poked it away.
Yeah, I think Altringer realized that thing was, he's going to have to only throw it where Peyton Say was going to be able to catch it. And Peyton, for his right, he had a chance to come up with that, but like you said, Fisher, I think, knocked that thing away just at the last minute. So. Now we're going to have our onside kick opportunity here, and you never know the way that thing can bounce on an onside kick. There's an opportunity there for the Lions to come back and recover this thing, but you look at their games that they played, with the overtime loss to Ray Powers Lake a couple weeks ago, and a potential 1-point loss here. There's still 38 seconds left. A lot of stuff can happen in 38 seconds, but that's 2 good games that they played against 2 really good teams in their region, and so there's really nothing to be hanging their head too down on a game like this one.
22-21 Lakers on our BNC Bank scoreboard. Zach Spain getting a tee, it looks like, to place the ball on. on the 40-yard line there. It looks like Zach will do the kicking duties instead of Jason.
Yep.
And now that everybody's lined up, we get a timeout to have coaches go over a little strategy for the final 38 here in this kickoff.
Yeah, I think DLB, once they saw how they were all lined up and DLB called timeout, they're going to talk about it again one more time. And, you know, Bishop Orion taking a look at it. They got one guy deep, and everybody's kind of up front expecting that short 10-yard onside kick. Don't be surprised maybe if Spain tries to maybe pop this thing over that first wave of guys and see if one of those quick gunners on the outside can run underneath and get it. So it'll be interesting. And like I said, 38 seconds left in the game. There's still plenty of time, and a lot of interesting things can happen in 38 seconds.
Broadcast tonight brought to you by Planet Pizza. The best pizza on the planet is Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years. You can order now at 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza. So Spain will put it on the 40 there. And Zach with the approach. Here's the kick. It'll be onside, and a scrum for it. Who recovers it? Lions, yeah, Lions came out of there with it. So the onside is successful.
Oh,
the officials.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to confer together and say, yes, it was recovered by Bishop Ryan. So they will have it with 36 seconds to go at the Laker 48-yard line, down by a point.
That was just that onside kick that the kicker just kicks right down the middle of the field and lets those guys get in front of him to block, and he just tries to go ahead and recover it himself. So again, 36 seconds left, one timeout. You got plenty of time here to get something done.
Altringer looking to pass. Caught by Hayden Say in Laker territory. And a timeout taken immediately as he was able to get out of bounds to the 43. 5-yard completion to Hayden Say that time. Unofficially pass attempt 28 for Jake Altringer, the sophomore.
You know, I've been impressed with him throwing the football. He's stood back there, he's taken some shots, and he hasn't been given the time that you would normally like to give a quarterback, but he's stayed back. He's found his receivers. His receivers are doing a good job of coming back and catching the football for him, and his line's been giving him time to step back there and throw as much as they can. But now on this timeout, I'm sure Coach Belinsky told these guys, hey, catch the ball. Instead of fighting for extra yards, just get out of bounds because we need to save as much of this clock as we can.
So 2nd and 5 from the Laker 43. 29 seconds to go. Stoppage play here. Respot the ball at the 43. All right. Two receivers right, one left for Altringer. Back to pass, heavy pressure, throws far side. Picked off the turf by Gus Engelhardt, trying to get out of bounds. Got a first down at the 33 and somehow picked that one off the turf before it hit.
Yeah, they were fortunate. I think they're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if he got out of bounds or they just stopped the clock to set the chains, but I think he did get out of bounds because the clock is not running.
So down to the 33. Just 21 seconds to go. Altringer again. Heavy pressure. Throws toward the sideline, and that'll be incomplete Took about 5 seconds off the clock, down to 16.
Yeah, if you're DLB, you can, they've got two safeties way back, inside the 10-yard line. They're rushing three. They're walking up a linebacker. They don't want Altringer to be comfortable back there throwing the ball. They're bringing an extra guy, or they're bringing four guys. They're forcing him to kind of sit back and make a quicker decision.
Yep.
And for in his defense, he's making the right read. He's getting the ball away, but they've got to do a better job. They're not going to be able to take a shot because they've got guys playing deep. So it's got to be something underneath and get out of bounds.
Trips receivers near side and incomplete. Threw it behind Hayden, on that short little crossing route there.
Yeah, that I think was probably the best thing that could have happened for Bishop Ryan there, because I don't think Say was going to be able to get out of bounds there. I think he was going to get tackled in bounds, and that might have been the ball game. So that pass behind and a dropped interception was good for the Lions, because now they're able to kind of huddle here and figure it out. But this has got to be a quick shot to the sideline and get out of bounds.
Down to 11 seconds. 3rd and 10 from the Laker 33. Down by a point is Bishop Ryan. Altringer. Good pocket coverage and gets out of the sack toward the far sidelines. Throws on the run, and that is picked off. 2 seconds, 1 second. There's your ball game. Altringer scrambling, throwing on the run, picked off by Jaden Davis. And the Lakers hold on for the win. The Ryan Family Dealership instant replay.
Yeah, that was a good job by DLB. That whole series of downs, they had two guys back. They weren't going to get beat deep, and you could tell there as soon as Altringer couldn't find his primary receiver on the snap, and he had to hold the ball more. That clock just kept going, and then he had the scramble and then just throw it up. So a valiant effort by the Lions to come back and get this thing within a point, and then recover the onside kick and give themselves an opportunity to win the ball game.
So the Lakers hold on. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame, coming up next.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit off. 7. Pressure. Point. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Verendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Verendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your source for power and information.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town: apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
We're back to Herb Parker Stadium here in Minot and our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show here on PSP Network. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. You can learn more online at planningteam.com, Planning Team Financial Advisors. Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com or stop in, fill up on their delicious menu, including the world-famous number 99 hash brown combo, a caramel roll, or one of the other delicious items on the menu. Team buses are always welcome at Shots. Exciting game here tonight as the Lakers hold on for a 22-21 victory here in this Class A Region 3 contest here on PSP Network. And we'll start our postgame with a look at the scoring summary. Nobody scored in the first quarter in this one, but early in the second, it was the Lakers that got on the board. It would be a 5-play drive, 46-yard it covered, and it would be a 3-yard touchdown run for Tyler Schaefer to cap the drive. The pass on the 2-point conversion was a halfback pass that went from Jaden Davis to Easton Anderson in the end zone, and 8-0 was our score. 10:24 remaining in the half. Lakers would add another one about 3.5 minutes later. 7 minutes to go in the first half. It would be a 67-yard interception return to the house for Easton Anderson. The pass play was good to Zane Bjerkley, and 16-0 was the score. Lions would drive down the field, though, and they would get one before the half came to an end. They drive down the field on what would wind up being a 7-play drive, 43 yards, and the touchdown would come with 31 seconds remaining in the half. A 29-yard pass play from Jake Altringer to Hayden Say. The pass play for the 2-point conversion went to Peyton Say. Our halftime score was 16-8. Lakers would get one in late in the third quarter at 4:31 remaining in period number 3, capping the drive. It was Schaefer with the quarterback keeper on a 1-yard run into the end zone. The run on the 2-point conversion would fail, as that would cap an 8-play, 48-yard drive for Delax Burlington. About midway through period number 4, Bishop Bryan gets on the boards. 7:29 to go in the game. Capping drive, a 7-yard pass play from Jake Altringer goes to Gus Engelhart in the end zone, and that would be a 13-play, 82-yard drive as they get the score. And it would pull them within a point as the extra point was kicked by Jason Spain. So, or that would get him to 22-15, excuse me. And then the Lions would drive down the field again one last time. 7 plays and 52 yards. And with 38 seconds, they would score on a 2-yard pass play from Altringer to Peyton Say. The pass play fails in the 2-point conversion, 22-21. Lions recover the onside kick, but couldn't do anything more with it. And it winds up being a 1-point game here. Exhilarating win for the Lakers, a disappointing loss for the Lions, who lose another heartbreaker here in region play this year. Take a timeout. We have our naming of our Sport Clip MVP of the game and the move of the game, brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure, plus a look at team and individual stats when we return.
Presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Welcome back to our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Lakers with a 1-point win tonight, 22-21 over Bishop Ryan. As we take time to name our Sport Clip MVP of the game. And we're going tonight with the running back for the Lakers, who carried a lot of the load tonight, Tyler Schaefer, with the Sport Clip MVP of the game. Remember, nobody makes you feel like an MVP quite like the MVP experience you get at Sport Clips. You can check in with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Unofficially, I have Schaefer down with 23 carries of the ball, 85 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns on the night from 3 yards and 1 yard. And that was the performance of the night for the Lakers, who just squeaked one out here tonight in Minot.
Yeah, that was a game that you thought once DLB went up by 2 scores there, you thought it was that not that they could sit back and rest and kind of cruise in, because clearly you can't do that, but yeah, I think just going down to get the picture of Tyler there, I ran into some people that I knew from DLB, and they kind of agreed with us too. They said the big momentum swing they felt was Bishop Ryan getting the touchdown right before halftime, and then getting the ball back to start the second half. They thought that was a huge momentum swing. But yeah, our MVP of the player of the game, Schaefer, he kind of took it. He kind of did the load, and it has been all year for him. And he's just one that he's going to get you 3 or 4 yards. He's just going to keep pounding, and then all of a sudden he's going to break one for a longer one. So he definitely is one that deserves that honor. And it was fun to watch. When I was down there talking to him, I told him I congratulated him on a good game. Told him it was a lot of fun to watch. He just works hard and just runs the ball. It's one of sometimes those guys are hard. They're rare to find, because you don't see those guys that just want to slam up there and get 2 or just happy with 2 or 3. So he definitely is somebody that they lean on when they need a third and short and they need a first down. They know they can give the ball to him in the backfield, and they're going to pick up a first down.
Yeah, coming into tonight's game, averaging about 6 yards a carry. Had 4 rushing touchdowns, adds a couple more tonight, does Tyler Schaefer, to help him earn the victory. Look at some of the Team and individual stats unofficially, as I have them here. I have the Lakers down with 181 yards of total offense on the night. 137 of those on the ground on 38 carries of the ball with their 2 rushing touchdowns there. And then they were just 2 of 5 passing the ball for 44 yards on the night. Meanwhile, for the Bishop Ryan Lions, I have them with 297 yards of total offense. 123 on the ground through 25 carries. And then through the air, 19 of 32 for 174 yards. 3 touchdowns passing, but also 2 interceptions on the night. Some of the individual stats for the Lakers, again, we mentioned Schaefer's numbers for you. 23 carries, 185 yards, 2 scores. Quarterback Kyler Fisher, I have down 11 carries for 26 yards. Brady Bachmeyer with 3 carries for 15. And Zane Bjerkley with a carry for 11 yards. The 2 complete passes went 27-yarder to Zane Bjerkley and a 17-yard completion to Jaden Davis. 1 turnover for the Lakers, a lost fumble, and 6 penalties for 30 yards on the night for them. Individually for Bishop Ryan, Zach Spain led the way. 17 carries, 102 yards for the sophomore. Quarterback Jake Altringer, I have 5 carries for a net gain of 11 yards. 2 carries for Nolan Braun for 16 on the night. Again, the 19 complete passes by Altringer. And Peyton Say was the leading receiver in the number of receptions. 8 catches, 49 yards, including a 2-yard touchdown. Older brother Hayden Say had 4 receptions for 56 yards, including a 29-yard score. Gus Engelhardt, 6 catches for 58 yards, including a 7-yard touchdown. And Dalton Swensrud had a 11-yard catch as well. The 3 turnovers for the Bishop Ryan Lions, 2 interceptions and a lost fumble. And on the night, I have them 6 penalties accepted against them for a total of 45 yards on the night. So there you go. That's a look at the teams here and kind of how those numbers shake out for tonight, which will leave us with our Magic City Home Leisure move of the game, brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. They're located on South Broadway in Minot, and their great sales team can help you find the perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room. Stop in at Magic City Home Leisure, again, located on South Broadway in Minot. Corey, any ideas on the move of the game for this one?
Well, I as much as I'd like to give the nod to our MVP of the game, Schaefer, I'm going to look at that pick 6 by Easton Anderson.
Yeah.
Early in the game, I think that, obviously was a huge turning point. Neither team was really having a whole lot of success moving the ball. I mean, both teams had scored a touchdown, but the Lions were Bishop Ryan was driving a little bit. Anderson was able to kind of pick that off, and lo and behold, that kind of was the deciding factor after everything else played out in the game. That was kind of the deciding factor of DLB coming out on top. So I'm going to give the nod to Easton Anderson and give him the move of the game.
Good move of the game. That 67-yard interception return that happened with 7 minutes to go in the first half there, and gave them a 2-score lead at that point. Up next for these teams, for the Des Lacs Burlington Lakers, they will take on the Braves in Bottineau next Friday night. And then it's Ray Powers Lake that they will host 2 weeks from tonight on October 10th. So doesn't get any easier for the Lakers here as they move through region play, does it?
No, I talked to Schaefer when I was down on the field and asked him, who they had coming up next. He said Bottineau, and I just kind of looked at my face, and that's gonna be a good game for them. That's gonna be a stiff test, especially up there in Bottineau. They're gonna be it's gonna be another one of these back and forth, and then I think turnovers may be a factor again in next week's game for them as well. But if they kind of stick to their MO and their playbook of leaning on him, I think they can come out of that game with a win.
Meanwhile, for Bishop Ryan, our Redeemers, next week they will be hosting South Prairie Max right here at Herb Parker Stadium. And then 2 weeks from now, on October 10th, they travel down to Velva to take on the Velvet Drake Anamoose Garrison Aggies as they continue region play as well. With the loss tonight, Lakers fall to 2-3 overall on the year. They're now 1-3 in region play. And for the Des Lacs Burlington Lakers, they improved to 5-1 and now are at 3-1 in region play. So that'll wrap things up here from Herb Parker Stadium tonight. I want to thank you for joining us here on PSP Network. Appreciate you tuning in to our coverage. Thanks to Corey McIver. Good to work with you again.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Dalton was on camera tonight, giving you all those great shots, so big thanks to him as well. I'm Jonas Nelson, thanking you for joining us tonight. Again, our BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's the Lakers holding on for a win, 22-21. Have a great weekend, folks.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain. We never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Can you remember the last time you were certain that your bank had your back or would go the extra mile to give you the service and attention you need? Partnering with the right community bank can make all the difference. We like to think of a community bank as one that supports its local community. You need to know that whatever your financial future holds, your bank will be there to provide practical support. As a community bank, BNC National Bank will be there for whatever you need in the long haul. Reach out to our team today to learn more about how we're able to help you succeed. Member FDIC.